Sorry, guys. I'm having audio issues again. I may have to restart. We'll see. Trying to fix it. Oh, there we go. Friday, we made it. It's been a long goddamn week. It's good to be Friday. Good to be here on Friday, and it's Friendly Friday. We may get to Friendly Friday sooner than normal. My voice is shot. My brain is shot. It is what it is. Here's where we are. I appreciate those who joined that live this morning. I didn't know that live was happening, if we're just being honest. It just it happened. I got invited to it. Then they asked me to come up, so I was unaware any of that was going to happen. And it's a goddamn shame what's happening on TikTok. But I appreciate your guys' support, and I appreciate those that are there to support the people who have been harmed. There's a lot of harm that's happened. But that's not what we do here. We'll get to that shit another time. Today we're covering the news, and I'm going to jump right into it. In the greatest, one of my favorite Trump moments so far. We talked about it yesterday. The GDP growth came in at negative 0.3%. And Trump, a lot of people say that's a bad thing. But Trump wants you guys to know that it's not necessarily a bad thing. Here's how Trump explained it yesterday.
First quarter GDP numbers just out today. Core GDP, now we're removing distortions from imports, inventories, and government spending, was up plus 3%. But
if you take out all the stuff that makes it negative, it's not negative anymore. If you listen to this is unbelievable.
From imports, inventories, and government spending.
If you take out imports, government spending, then it's positive, guys. That's how we're spinning it now. Yeah, I know if you do the math equation that it's bad, but if you change the math equation and you take out the bad stuff, then really it's pretty fucking good, isn't it?
Was up plus 3%, but this is Biden's economy because we took over on January 20th.
You're going to hear a lot of that today. You're going to hear a lot of, it was Joe Biden's fault. That's the whole message now coming out of them. I appreciated that. We're going to be a little scattered here because I didn't have time necessarily to organize everything in order, so I apologize in advance. I don't know if anybody hates their job right now more than Scott Bessent hates his job right now. He keeps getting trotted out to to lie for Trump. Nobody's talking to China because China's not talking to anybody. They're not negotiating. They say they're not negotiating. Everybody that would be negotiating with China is like, yeah, we're not negotiating. And then Trump's like, yeah, no, we're totally negotiating. And so then Scott Bessent has to go out there and run cover. He's aged 20 years in the last month. He's having a tough time. He's aging quicker than I am.
The Chinese continue to say that the U.S. and China are not engaged in any consultation or negotiation on tariffs. You recently said you've talked to your counterpart, but more about, quote, traditional things like financial stability. So can you clarify, is the administration talking to Beijing specifically about tariffs or not?
Well, we're not going to talk about who's talking to whom, but I think that, over time we will see that the Chinese tariffs are unsustainable for China. I've seen some very large numbers over the past few days that show if these numbers stay on, Chinese could lose 10 million jobs very quickly, and even if there is a drop in the tariffs, that they could lose 5 million jobs. So
it's that same line. You might have thought I heard this before. Yeah, they keep having to say that. They keep having to say that it's China. That China, they're the ones that are really hurting. It's only unsustainable for China, and you'll see in the chat. Everybody, they'll come look. Oh, we're winning this trade war. Look at China's economy. They're taking a hit. Yeah, so are we. So are we. The real question that nobody seems to want to answer from this White House is who's going to be affected more? How's it going to affect us? And Trump's out there saying, oh, instead of buying $30 for your daughter, you're going to buy 2. First of all, most people aren't getting their daughter $30 for Christmas. That's a very privileged place to be in if your daughter's getting $30 for Christmas. So if you could only afford one doll, I don't know if you're getting a doll. They have no plan. I think that I think that should be clear now at this point. There's no plan, and they're just waiting for Trump to realize that this plan isn't working. And I don't know if he's going to get there. What the fuck is going on here? There we go. All right. This broke right at the end. Somebody mentioned this yesterday, but Mike Waltz has been removed from his position as National Security Advisor. Remember, Mike Waltz is the one that set up the Signal chat and added what was the guy's Goldberg? Is it Jeff Goldberg? Is it Jeff? Can't be Jeff, right? I'm thinking of Jeff Goldblum. Is it Jeff Goldberg? What's the reporter's name? I'm real sorry. This is gonna be standard today. My brain is shot. What's his name? Oh, it is Jeff. All right. Yeah, that's right. Okay. Neat. I thought I was wrong about that.
Well, Harris, this is really stunning news coming out of the White House. It's been confirmed by our own Jackie Heinrich, White House correspondent, that Mike Waltz, the National Security Advisor, and his deputy, Alex Wong, have been pushed out of that position by the president. This comes just after the 100-day mark. You'll remember during the first Trump administration, of course, Mike Flynn was the shortest serving National Security Advisor. He lasted 24 days. This is obviously coming in the wake of what has become known as Signalgate, where shortly before the U.S. launched its military campaign against the Houthis in Yemen, Mike Waltz, as National Security Advisor, mistakenly added the Atlantic editor Jeffrey Goldberg to a Signal chat in which his defense secretary, as well as other national security, the head of the CIA and others, Marco Rubio, the Secretary of State, were on a very sensitive talk on this insecure platform that's not used for government conversations typically. That led to an embarrassing incident with Defense Secretary Hegseth sharing what are largely believed to be classified details of that Houthi operation about the timings of airstrikes, the timings and what kind of military platforms were going to be used. And so what we've seen a vacuum created here surrounding Defense Secretary Hegseth. He's fired 5 close associates in the wake of that Signalgate, as well as because of leak investigations here at the Pentagon. Some of those positions.
Here's a question I want to know: why now? See, this is the thing that Trump does that's a little bit dirty. Is he will never take accountability in the moment. He'll stand by people and then he'll just fire them later. Now, a lot of people are mentioning that Waltz is now the ambassador to the UN, which that's crazy. You're too incompetent to do your job. We got to get rid of you. So we'll make you ambassador to the UN. How about just you don't get a job in the government anymore? I don't think that's such a stretch to say that if you accidentally leak classified documents to a reporter, or not documents, classified information to a reporter, maybe you don't get to be in the government anymore. Maybe that. Maybe you don't get to be there anymore. But more importantly, we all knew on day one. We all knew day one this guy should be fired. We all knew Pete Hegseth should take some heat. They're just firing him so they don't have to fire Pete Hegseth. That's what this is. They are firing everybody. Remember before the election and now as we start going, like the MAGA circle, I told you, like, goddamn, I hate to keep bringing it up, but like there are some parallels. There's a tightening. Right now, what we're seeing is a tightening. That's why the behavior seems so fucking bizarre and erratic. When somebody's close to being caught and when their scam is being exposed, they tighten up. And they get rid of anybody they perceive that could be a problem, that might leak something, that might tell on them. And that's what we're seeing in the Trump administration right now. Not only, and when you tighten, by the way, when you tighten up, all you're keeping around you is the fucking crazies. And good Lord, do we have the crazies around Trump? I don't know if that's next. Maybe that's a good segue. I don't know what's up with my computer. I have to push play in order to exit out of the screen. So if anybody wants to explain that to me, why I have to push play before I can exit, that'd be great. Okay. I don't know if it's trigger warning, like barf bag warning. It's going to get real culty here in a minute. Here's Trump talking about his spiritual advisors and their role in this administration.
And, you know, they work right out of the White House. They've never done that. That's never been done before. No other president allowed that. I think, you know, they say separation. They say separation between church and state, they told me. I said, all right, let's forget about that for one time. We said, really, the separation? I don't know. Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
Good. It's fucking good. It's why we have this country. It's like why we're here. Where's our MAGA here? I saw mute time. Where's MAGA? Good or bad? Separation of church and state. Good or bad? I don't know. It's just why we founded this country. You guys don't get to call yourself patriots anymore. Ever. You're redcoats from now on. I guess we should have got it. You got the red hat. You might as well throw on the red coat. What do we got to do? What do we got to do to get you guys to believe that this guy's a fucking fascist? What did Hitler do? Oh, he brought in the church. He brought in the rich. Took in all the biggest businessmen, and he brought in the church. And he said, "Yeah, no more. I'm gonna take full control here." This is blatantly anti-American. This is blatantly unconstitutional. Why are we doing this, guys? RT, YouTube isn't showing your live. That's weird. Sorry about that. I don't know why it's not showing that we're live. Jen, someone says that YouTube isn't showing that we're live. I don't know what to do about that. So
I'm not sure. But whether there's separation or not, you guys are in the White House where you should be.
Whether there is or there isn't, I don't know if it's legal or not, but fuck it, I'm going to do it anyways. Okay.
And you're representing our country, and we're bringing religion back to our country. And it's a big deal.
Yeah, it's unconstitutional. If that's what you mean by, this is so weird.
And you know,
by unconstitutional, like by big deal, if you mean unconstitutional, it's a cult. It's a cult. They're just like using the other cult, and they're doing the cult stuff together. They've just like combined cults now. I don't think we're gonna beat the cult allegations. Then after that, this happened publicly. Remember when Jesus was like, "Hey guys, don't do your prayers in public. You don't need to go out in public to do your prayers. Do them privately and quietly. It's your relationship with God." Not this fucking guy. This is a cult.
'Twas grace that taught my heart to fear, and grace that fear relieved. How precious is that grace appeared.
I'm gonna make you watch it.
The hour I first believed.
if anybody is, this is Washington, D.C. and not North Korea. You might have been confused. This is not North Korea. This is Washington, D.C. This is our country. Oh, it's going to keep going. I also, is somebody mic'd? Somebody's a good singer. I don't know who it is. I forget this lady's name in the yellow. Put your fucking hands down, lady. You can put them down now. You don't need to do that. And look at him, just look at them praising me. They all love me so much. He doesn't know the words to the song. For who the fuck doesn't know the words to Amazing? I know the words to Amazing Grace. And fun fact about Mormons do like use some of the other hymns that other Christian churches do, but not Amazing Grace, because in fact, I'll just say, I don't think it's doctrine. I think whoever wrote the song maybe missed some parts. But yeah, we weren't an Amazing Grace church, and I still know it. But this guy's not a Christian, and he doesn't go to church. He just loves the power and he loves the praise. And so we're just out here doing this. This is what we're doing now. We're just doing this for some fucking reason. Somebody, yeah, do it again. Yeah, do it again. Amazing Grace. Would you prefer it's a Muslim country? No, I'd prefer that we weren't fucking weird. We're also not a Christian country. We're a country that doesn't establish a religion. The theme of today is going to be Republicans don't know what the fuck the Constitution is. Documents, it doesn't say that we establish a religion. In fact, it says we cannot establish a religion. How can we cannot establish a religion, and you will throw away every bit of our Constitution as long as it's your people in power? Let's keep going. Just keep going. Just run it on repeat. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you so much, Jesus. If Jesus is real, he's going, don't invoke. No, I didn't do that. Don't thank me for this shit. I didn't do any of this shit. I think this is them signing the executive order of establishing a religion. I don't know. It's a goddamn cult. It is I don't know what's going on with this. I don't know why I have to hit exit. Sorry. Every video that we exit today, you're going to have to rehear it again. Nothing about that is Christian. That's a good point. The yellow dress got her looking like Big Bird. It feels like the righteous gemstones. Yes, that's exactly what it feels like. I've been trying to convert you the whole time. That's right. I've been meaning to talk to you guys about Jesus. We've got to have a chat with him. All right. Well, then at some point, sorry, Trump starts talking about the imams. I'm not sure. I have no idea what I don't know. You guys just tell me. This is all part of this cult thing he did. This religious shit he did. Somebody tell me what he meant here.
Imams who I got to know in Michigan. I loved them. They were great, by the way. They said, we don't want to die. I said, you want to die? They said, we don't want to die. They said, what about the 38 virgins? They say, that's nonsense. We don't know anything about it. And we won the state of Michigan, Speaker, by and we had tremendous support. But we have.
I said to the imams, do you want to die? We don't want to die. What about the 38 virgins? That's nonsense. And then I won Michigan. This guy's a psycho. He's losing his fucking mind. And we can't convince you guys. You're just watching this like, yeah, it's totally normal. Absolute fucking psycho. What is he talking about? Let's play. I'm going to play it again, just in case you missed it. Somebody explain what this idiot's saying.
Imams
Imams.
who I got to know in Michigan. I loved them. They were great, by the way. They said, we don't want to die. I said, you want to die? They said, we don't want to die. They said, what about the 38 virgins? They say, that's nonsense. We don't know anything about it. And we won the state of Michigan, Speaker, by and we had tremendous support. But we have
Yeah. What?
imams.
I liked that one. I liked having to play that one again. How many virgins are they supposed to get? How many is it? I don't think someone's saying 38's not the number. How many is it supposed to be? All the imams selling Avons. God, everything about this timeline makes me miss Obama. I hate this malarkey. I want off the ride. The E-moms. Oh, it's E-moms. It's the electronic moms. I think you have to take those out of your suitcase when you're flying. They always ask you, I think, if you have any E-moms in your bag. Look, they're just not gonna. They're not beating the cult accusation. They're not beating the regime accusations. I mean, this is just North Korea, guys. We're just doing North Korea right now. Here's Fox and Friends. Ducey is leaving Fox and Friends to, I don't know what he's doing, something else on Fox. And so naturally, on his last day, we had to make it about Trump.
Listen, Steve, this is not going to be a problem. Before you go, we have a special message from somebody. Well, somebody special. In fact, we might as well just hit play.
Hi, Steve. It's your all-time favorite president, and I just want to congratulate you on your new...
It's him! Steve's face here. This is crazy, his face.
Hi, Steve. It's your all-time favorite president, and I just want to congratulate you on your new and probably enhanced role. I just think you're a fantastic guy. You've always treated me fairly. Sometimes a little more fairly than other times, but that's okay. You've been really stellar at what you do and at your craft, and you're going to continue. And it's really been an honor to have spent so much time with you and watching you and the whole group in the morning. It's the #1 show in the business, and it's going to stay that way for a long time to come, and you were a big part of it. So thank you for all of your service, because truly it was service. You've worked so hard.
It's not doing I'm not doing service. This is not service. He's not doing service. But on his last day, they got to make him
And
listen
now
to
you're gonna
Donald
have
Trump.
Another different dimension at Fox, and who knows, maybe it's going to be even bigger and better. But you are a very, very good man, and your son is going to represent you well. Peter's of equal talent, at least. In fact, you would say he's even better than you. So just take care of yourself. Say hello to your family, especially your wife. I know she's going to be feeling better really soon. And you're a special guy. Thank you very much, Steve.
Yeah, thanks, Steve. Appreciate it. Johnny Longtrail said, here it is. Thanks, Johnny. And said, my job is worse. I work in manufacturing. Just a reminder, we are crowdfunded here. And I apologize. I am on my last brain cells today. So I'm going to forget everything. Jen's probably going to get mad at me. We are crowdfunded, and we do have PayPal, Cash App, and Venmo, and we do have a gift goal every day to keep the lights on here. We've been doing a lot of work outside of work. Jamar said it takes a lot to do what you did. Thank you. Streamlabs pulled. Oh, that's why YouTube was screwy. I must have not clicked off both. My bad, Jen. That's on me. Shouldn't be surprised we have technical difficulties today. All right. This was weird. I just want to ask. I honestly want to have like a good conversation. This is it John Neguse from Colorado? Republicans and Democrats basically spent all of them to add really simple amendments. Stuff like you can't arrest a Supreme Court justice if you don't like their ruling on YouTube. I don't know. Let me switch the internet over. Give me a sec. Republicans have decided, for some reason, that they're just not going to debate anything anymore. They're not going to talk about it. They're not going to debate about it. They're just going to show up and do absolutely nothing. Here on the left, you'll see these are the Republicans, all of them on their phone, all looking disinterested. And you'll see Nagoose here just begging everybody, please, can we talk about the legislation we're passing? Can we discuss it? And Republicans just over and over telling him no.
Gentleman from Colorado.
Move to strike the last word.
Gentleman's recognized.
I thank the chairman. I thank the ranking member for the amendment. I think it's a reasonable amendment, and I would relish the opportunity to debate the amendment with my colleagues on the other side of the aisle. I am very confused by the strategy that they seem to have adopted, and I guess I just wanted to test it for myself because as I walked in here, one of my colleagues said, no, if you offer to debate them in any way on any subject, they'll refuse to engage with you. They won't respond.
Shit, I was muted. There you go. There's your mute. I'm going to talk a lot of shit to you Republicans today, and I'm going to talk about Freddie. All of a sudden, Democrats care about legislation. Let's talk about it. Joe Biden passed bipartisan legislation. Under the Biden administration, we passed bipartisan legislation. How many pieces of bipartisan legislation have been passed under the Trump administration? We're not even trying. You guys are ruling by executive order. Freddie, you are just constant whataboutism, and you guys need to hear this, and you need to wake the fuck up. You guys aren't doing anything. Your party's not doing anything. Trump is doing everything, and you guys are sitting by, letting it happen. Don't cast those type of aspersions if you don't know what's going on. How did the CHIPS Act get passed? Bipartisanly. How did the Infrastructure Act get passed? Bipartisanly. We had a bipartisan border bill. Who killed it? You guys did. The Republicans in the House did because Trump told them to. And have we introduced any more border legislation? What has your party done to fix fentanyl? What has your party done to fix asylum? What has your party done to fix immigration? What has your party done to fix anything? Nothing. You sit around and you watch Donald Trump write an executive order that the next president can just undo, and you refuse to legislate and get anything done. And that's what Nagoose is saying here. He's like, hey guys, we've got a job. Could we do our job? Could we talk about these bills? This is what we're supposed to do. We're not all just supposed to have Trump's nuts resting on our chin. We are our own people. We don't have a king. We're not waiting for orders. We're supposed to do something. So with all due respect to you Republicans, if you're saying, oh, now you care about legislation, fuck off. Fuck all the way off. You're too goddamn dumb to understand this. I think you should go to a different program. Go to Tim Pool. Go watch Tim Pool shout nonsense. Go watch Tim Pool tell you how he doesn't care that the Constitution's being violated. He just loves Trump so much. This isn't the program for you. You should go somewhere else. This is above your level. This is not, it's not that hard, but it's above MAGA level. You guys just want to play whataboutism. None of you ever want to address the absolute idiocy coming from this administration. And now I'm going to make you watch this. Sit here and watch. Watch these Republicans. They're so cowardly, they won't even speak. He's asking them to discuss the bill that they're presenting, and they're too cowardly to speak.
That there's some
Just like everybody in this chat who's every day comes in here and talks shit and is too cowardly to defend themselves.
sort of, I don't know, tactic that they've adopted. I said, there's just no way that that's true. So, because I, of course, serve with Mr. Roy, for example, on the Rules Committee, and we engage in fulsome debate on that committee. And I just can't believe that this would be a tactic he, of all people, my friend from Texas, would adopt. Mr. Roy, seriously? Is it you won't respond? We can't have any conversation? Well, I'm glad to be here. I'm delighted. Would you be willing to debate this particular amendment with me? Because I'd be interested in your thoughts. What was that? What was that? What was that? No, I know. I'm offering you the opportunity. I assume you're against this amendment, and I just wonder if you might engage with me for a few moments on why. Nothing? Mr. Roy, come on. Because here's the thing. I know for a fact you disagree with this strategy. Like, I don't know what Chairman Jordan said to all of you to compel you to say, we're just getting this gag order. You're not allowed to talk for 24 hours. I mean, it is insanity.
What a bunch of bitches. You guys are all just a bunch of bitches, and you're celebrating it. No, we don't. We're not going to debate today. Why? It's part of our strategy. Part of our strategy is to not debate anything. It's because your ideas suck. That's why.
This is not elementary school. What are we doing? Mr. Tiffany, we served together on the Public Land Subcommittee. You're the chairman. We had a fulsome hearing yesterday, hours of debate. Do you have any comments on this amendment? I assume you have a position on it? I would yield. What was that? I don't know if the cameras could capture it. I think some sort of gesture. I cannot believe that my colleagues on the other side of the aisle have debased themselves in this way.
Cowards, all of you are cowards. Every single person who still is like in the Maga sphere, like you're all cowards. You're complicit. You're cowardly. Well, I learned something the other day, by the way. I think I just got permission. Let me double check this. I want to fact check something real quick. Never mind. I can't find it. I think you guys are cowards, though, and I think that you know that. I think that the reason that you guys lash out at me, and the reason that you lash out at us, is because you know what's happening right now. You know that everybody in your party is complicit in this. You know, and the only reason you don't care is because it's not hurting you. Hey, Jen.
Hey, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I fixed it. I don't know why it's doing that. It like resets every day.
I don't know. Yeah, so we've got 3. So if you guys want, if you're on the vertical stream and you want to watch horizontal, that is on. So if you guys want to go over there, we also have that. So I know some people, there's less cranky people typically in the horizontal.
Pastor Greg said pastor of Muppets. I like that. Thanks, Marianne. Or Marianne.
So yeah, I'll just send them here. If you guys haven't already subscribed to us on Twitch, please do so with your Amazon Prime sub. Subscribe on YouTube. If you feel so inclined, we've got 4 different memberships on YouTube as well. If you guys disagree with Jay and you want to have a conversation, you want to debate, how you do that is you look at the Venmo. It's Jen, JENN, Dub, DUBB, the number 1. That is my Discord username. If you want to come up and have a conversation with Jay, that's how you do that. You DM me on Discord and I can bring you on to talk in real time. So you don't have to cry in the comments. That's how you can do that. We don't, pull up or shut up kind of a thing. And also, if top left-hand corner is our gift goal. We are crowdfunded. We do this each day, Monday through Friday from 9:30 to 1 Pacific time. So Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, Super Chats all go towards helping us keep us do that every day. Also check out our link tree. We've got our other platforms we're on and also our merchandise. If you got a Tinder match in the Vatican, now what would that mean?
I don't know.
You found love in a popeless place.
Stupid. He kicked people when he loses. I'm good. I don't. I've the last 3 debates I've had, 2 of them went for like 2 hours, and one of them the person just didn't want to engage, so we moved on with the show. If you have something to say, come up here and debate it. If you have nothing to say, yeah, like everybody knows. Everybody knows I don't kick people quick enough. That's probably the biggest criticism of me, is that I let people ramble on incoherently. I think you're just like, if you have to make excuses before you're willing to defend a position, I think that it's probably that you being aware that you can't defend this position. By the way, this isn't even done yet. This is only 2 minutes in. We're only 2 minutes so far of the Republicans being cowards. I feel like Mr. Naguz. We're begging you guys every day, defend these positions, please. Explain it to us. Tell us what we're missing. You just got to trust Trump. We don't. So now what? Now what do we do? What do we do if we don't trust Trump?
I mean, this committee has long been known as a committee that engages in rigorous and robust debate. Mr. Chairman, could I indulge you? Would you be willing to just debate with me for a moment on this amendment? Nothing? This is probably the only time in the 7 years I've been in Congress that Chairman Jordan has refused to make a comment.
Did you guys hear Moskowitz? Maybe we'll bring in Comer. He'll do it.
Really? I'm happy to yield a moment to you. Do you support this amendment that Mr. Raskin has offered?
The simple and
straightforward amendment for the.
What was that? It's a simple and straightforward amendment, exactly.
That's what every amendment, I think.
No, but this one is a particularly simple and straightforward. I mean, look, here's the thing. This amendment, very simple, very straightforward. All it says is that the grants that the Department of Justice has allocated pursuant to the authority that we have given that department for police departments in Ohio, in the chairman's state, that those grants be held harmless. That these grants that DOJ had managed.
By the way, so what the amendment says is that the money that Congress has appropriated to go to local law enforcement, that it has to go to local law enforcement. That the president doesn't get to use it as a tool for him to get his political agenda done. That he can't withhold that from police departments who don't do what he tells them to do. That's it. That they don't bend to his political whims, that they follow the law, and that you don't get to take money from them if you tell them to break the law and they choose not to. That's the amendment. And even if you disagree with that amendment, nobody's going to debate it. They're just going to be quiet. This is such cowardice by the Republicans. And you guys are complicit. If you sit by and you don't care that the members of Congress that you hired to go to come up with good legislation, to debate legislation, if you don't care that they're just sitting there and doing nothing, then you're complicit too. It is absolutely un-American to push bills through and not discuss them. But that's what you guys have been. That's what you guys have been reduced to. Donald Trump reduces you all into whiny little babies. You weren't all like this before. And the only reason you're whiny now is because he's whiny, and so you have to defend him because he's whiny. And you don't want to admit that you just elected the babyest backs of the bitch. He's just a little fragile bitch, and now he's senile too. And you guys don't really know what to do with it, so you just go quiet because you guys can't even figure out a way to defend it anymore. That's how far we've come. We went from 2016. At least you could defend it. Now you don't even know what to say. So you're just like, we're just going to be quiet then. We're just going to let him do what he wants. It's Donald Trump.
To cut to local police departments, that they be reinstated. That's it. That's all this amendment does. Nothing else.
Will the gentleman yield for a minute?
To one of my Republican colleagues, or is it?
No, sorry.
Oh, on the yeah. Well, yeah. I mean,
sorry.
That was Dan Goldman. Look, even the they're all laughing. They know what's going on. They know the strategy. Guys, our strategy today is going to be to
There's not a single Republican.
Nothing. That's what we're going to do. We're going to do nothing today. And they all came in with the same strategy, and they're just not going to discuss anything. And I think, frankly, that the reason that they're not going to discuss anything is because even you guys wouldn't agree with what they're doing. They're not even telling you what they're doing. They're just trying to pass legislation with no discussion. I don't know. I just don't get why you'd be cool with that. I wouldn't be cool with that if it was happening on our side. I would not be cool with the party just like not telling us what they're doing, not telling the other party what they're doing, not considering amendments, just saying like, oh, it's perfect. Our amendment was perfect here. This is when I say that I just think Republicans don't know how any of this works and don't understand like basic constitutional principles. I mean it. And I mean it because I watched Scott Jennings yesterday on CNN. And I watched Republicans all over the news defending what Trump is doing and making advocating for doing extra constitutional things like this.
Individual district court judge is going to decide.
Sorry, this is only coming out of my left headphone. So if you don't hear it, either go speakerphone or put it into a different headphone.
No, thank you.
Can I just ask a simple question? Who gets to decide whether the United States is at war
The
or
president,
not?
in my opinion.
No.
If we're
Do you see that? The president, in my opinion. Excuse me? Let's see if the chat knows. Who gets to decide whether or not we go to war? I want to quiz the chat before we go there. Who decides whether or not we go to war? Chuck Norris. Yeah, that's right. A lot of you said Congress. It's Bacon was correct. It's Chuck Norris. Congress. Yeah, anybody who passed like high school knows that it's Congress. And Scott, I think Jennings might even know that too. That's why he says, in my opinion. This isn't an opinion. What is the law? The law is who decides when we go to war? And the reason that they're asking this question is because Trump keeps declaring war so that he can do things that he wants to do when there is no war. He's invoked the Alien Enemies Act. We're not in wartime. There is no invasion. There is no direct attack on our country. None. In fact, the more immigrants that come in, the lower crime goes. So I don't know what this war is. But Congress should be doing something, but they're all afraid of Trump. And again, I'm just going to show you like the live that was held before this and the live that will be held later tonight and the lives that will be held all weekend probably about Mr. Jones. It's the same strategy. It's bring everybody together, deflect, and unify around one person because everybody's afraid to upset that one person. Because if they upset that one person, they're going to feel the heat. That's what all of these folks on TV are doing. If Scott Jennings goes on TV and says, "Nah, Donald Trump is not allowed to just declare war unilaterally," he's going to get heat. He doesn't want to do that. So that's why he says it this way.
The United States is at war.
The president, in my opinion.
No.
If we're being invaded,
Actually,
I want the commander-in-chief to know.
Scott, no. It's actually the Congress.
You're asking if we're being invaded.
I'm asking.
You want to call Congress and see if we're being invaded?
I'm asking a basic
We're not being invaded, though. This guy is such a Weasley little bitch. We're not being invaded. And that wasn't the question she asked. The question she asked is, who gets to declare war?
We'll be taken over before they ever get to the committee.
Who gets to decide whether the United States is at war? The answer is Congress.
I'm talking about if we're being
invaded.
invaded.
When the president says we're at war, he has to
show we're actively
proof,
at war,
and
not
really what he needs to do is go to Congress.
Well, you guys
and
discuss it in committee. We'll let in another 20 minutes.
Wait a second, though. I thought the genius
individual district court judge is going to decide that? No, thank you.
Can I just ask a simple question?
Yeah. It continues throughout the day. Look at Tim Pool. This is fucking insane that Tim Pool said this. Tim Pool is an idiot. I do want to say that. Maybe not an idiot. Tim Pool's smart. Tim Pool is so fucking lazy. Tim Pool is so lazy with his takes. But listen to what Tim Pool is saying now. You guys have abandoned the Constitution. You don't care. It's Trump. Listen to Tim Pool.
You know, I went on Piers Morgan the other day, and Piers asked if Joe Biden had done what Trump did, would I be defending him and saying he had a good administration? I said, probably not, because Trump more aligns with my moral worldview. And so when Trump makes mistakes, I'm forgiving because the greater mission of the Trump administration is good for my way of life. The greater mission of Joe Biden is bad for my way of life. That's why when Joe Biden does things like promoting transing the kids and DEI, opening our borders, all of it is bad. If you then combine that with other bad things like screwing up the economy and people's 401ks going down, I'd be like, this is a bad guy doing bad things. Donald Trump, on the other hand, is securing the border, trying to bring manufacturing back, telling people to have babies. These are things that I think are very, very good. So when Trump enacts a plan and it's got a negative result, I say, well, look, I'm skeptical on the universal tariffs. That's where I've always been. And I do think we should not gloat about people's 401ks going down or do this dumb thing where people are like, who cares about losing money? No, we all do care. But I'm not going to complain about Donald Trump making mistakes because I believe that he is bringing us on the right.
I believe. Tim Pool doesn't know Donald Trump. I don't know how many more times we have to say this. You don't know these motherfuckers. You don't know Donald Trump. You don't know me. You don't know any of these people. This parasocial relationship that you have with people is they're telling you what they want you to hear. And that's it. We're at the point now in the cult. We're at the point now of fascism where even the most ardent Trump supporters are like, yeah, he fucking sucks. But he says things that I like, so I'm not going to publicly talk about it. I'm just going to sit here and be quiet. Because he said things that I like. That's the whole point of this video. I don't criticize Trump because he says things that I like. He says he's bringing back American manufacturing. Is he? Is he bringing back American manufacturing? He says people should have more babies. What's he doing about it? He says he's closing the border. Well, he hasn't closed the border. It's not closed. That would take an act of Congress. The problem with this type of thinking is that, like, it's thought stopping. Why are people so comfortable saying this is what Trump wants, so I support him? How about what he did? How about what he does? Why do we give a fuck about what he wants? Why do we give a fuck about his thoughts? His thoughts are completely irrelevant. The only thing we should ever grade these politicians on is what they actually do. And let's talk about what Trump has actually done. What he's actually done is sign more executive orders than any president in history. What he's actually done is targeted the media, targeted law firms, targeted anybody who doesn't have his ideology. And he's doing it because he's petty. And he's admitting that he's doing it because he's petty. And you guys are all afraid. And I'm just going to say, like, it is fear. The reason you don't criticize Trump is fear. You might not know that it's fear, but it's fear. It's fear of you. It could be fear of admitting to yourself that you were wrong. It could be fear of losing your friends. It could be fear of losing your online community. It could be fear of you thinking you're just too stupid to understand this. So the fact that you don't understand it isn't really evidence to you that it's wrong. To you, it's evidence that you don't understand it. And I want to be perfectly fucking clear. Donald Trump is a goddamn moron. Everybody understands what he's saying. He's not playing 4D chess. He's not saying anything. He's just a fucking dumb guy with confidence. So when you find yourself unable to explain what the fuck is going on, it's because he's a dumb guy, not because you're dumb. It's because he's dumb. And he doesn't have a plan. And he doesn't know how to legislate, and he doesn't know how to govern. He doesn't know how economics work. He can't explain how a tariff works. He doesn't understand Christianity. He doesn't understand any of these things that he's talking about. Stop giving him credit and believing that maybe you just don't get it. You get it. You don't want to admit it to yourselves. You get it. But the reason you can't explain it is because it doesn't make any fucking sense. It's not because he has a plan. It's not because you need to be patient and see how it plays out. It's because he doesn't. That's why you can't explain it. And you should never, ever put yourself in a situation where you are trusting someone's plan that you don't know about. Whether that's a relationship, whether it's a parent, whether it's a pastor, whether it's a school teacher, whether it's your boss, a business partner, whoever it is, don't ever trust that someone has a plan. If someone is saying, just trust me, just fucking don't. Don't do it. There is no reason for you to trust people's plan if they're unwilling to show you the plan. Don't do it. But that's the mess we've got ourselves in now. We've got a mess where Congress is saying, oh, we trust the plan. And all of your content creators are saying, we trust the plan. And then when we ask you what the plan is, you're like, I don't know. I know there's got to be a plan, though. It's got to be a plan. Don't fucking trust people, especially people like this. Ask yourself this with Tim Pool. Does he have any incentive? Will it benefit him in the slightest if he criticizes Donald Trump, or will that lose him viewers? The answer is it will lose him viewers. I wonder if I put this on the... I think I did. I think this is it. If Tim Pool... This tweet was, if Tim Pool was capable of feeling embarrassed, this would be it. I apologize for the slur here. It's his tweet. This is Tim Pool tweeting out when Trump had this. Do you remember Trump tweeted out the knuckles, right? This is a story that I don't. Another time when you Republicans need to figure out that the media is not lying to you, you're being lied to. Trump tweets out this picture of the MS-13 tattoos, and there's an M and an S and a 1-3, and those obviously aren't tattoos. And what the Independent reports and many other outlets report is Trump appears to hold an altered image of a wrongly deported man. This image is altered. That's true. Trump is holding an altered image. And Tim Pool says, holy fuck, liberals fall for this shit because their influencers are fucking arslers. Where's the apology from Tim Pool today? Where's the apology from Tim Pool yesterday? Trump thought this. Trump thought those were real tattoos. Trump thought the M, the S, and the 1 and the 3 were actual tattoos. This was reported on accurately. Tim Pool called us effing R slurs. Is there an apology from Tim Pool? Is there a correction from Tim Pool on this? Because we were right. Trump thought that. Trump thought those were real tattoos. Trump thought the M, the S, and the 1-3 were real tattoos. Nah, but Tim Pool instead is just like, no, we're going to go on here and we're going to say it doesn't matter if Trump lies. I trust him. Trump said people should have more kids. So I don't care if he's too stupid to understand what Photoshop is, because he said we should have more kids and close the border. This was just the quote from Aaron Rupar. Trump said he had MS-13 on his knuckles. Moran, that was Photoshop. Trump, Terry, they're giving you a big break of a lifetime. I picked you, but you're not being very nice. You're not letting me just lie to you. And by the way, the tattoos there are altered, but the tattoo he has on his hand means MS-13 in symbols. No, it doesn't. According to who? That's literally, like, if you look at, let's go back to it. Let's look at it. It's an interpretation that you've been told. You've been told that this tattoo means MS-13. I've never seen it confirmed by anyone. The first picture is a marijuana leaf. So like, marijuana leaf, that's for M because it's a marijuana leaf. Then you have a smile or an emoji. Oh, S, smile. Okay, so it's the first. So now I'm thinking, the code is the first letter of the word is the MS, and then we get to a cross. Oh, that means the number 1. Excuse me? Why? Why does that mean the number 1? And why does a skull mean the number 3? Pot face, cross, skull. MS-13. Yeah. How's that MS-13? See what I mean? Do you see how easy it is for you guys to be duped? Even in the part where we're like, you're willing to admit that MS-13 was photoshopped. Now ask yourself, the story that you've been told that those tattoos mean MS-13, what's your source on that? We've got to learn to think. We've got to reprogram ourselves to think here. Because what's the source on that? The source is just ICE. That's the source, ICE. Tom Homan said it. We have no idea if that means MS-13. The side of the skull is shaped like a 3. Why is it? Well, the number 1 is a straight line, and the cross has a straight line in it. It also has a line over here. Why is it not T? Why is it not MS? If we're looking at this, if we're following the code, it should be MSCS. That's what it should be, right? If we're taking the first letter of the picture, why did we all of a sudden change codes halfway through this? M is for marijuana. S is for smile. 1 is for cross. What? Should be C is for cross. Should be S is for skull. We're just switching code halfway through. Just ask yourself how they got that. I saw someone say the Spanish word for skull is calavera, and C is the 3rd letter of the alphabet, so that's how they got 3. Yeah, like you could do this with anything. This is how people get duped into code. This is how QAnon started. You can find code in anything. If you create your own code, you can figure out a way for damn near anything to mean damn near anything. And that's what we have here. We got a bunch of mush brains getting together like, let's see if we can figure out why that means MS-13. And even if that meant MS-13, he still didn't get due process. So even going further back than that, he still didn't get due process. Having that tattoo on your hand, even if that was a known MS-13 tattoo, tattoos are forever. That doesn't mean you're currently in a gang. You could have been in the gang at one point. You could be out of the gang. You still get due process. The layers of shit that we have to shovel through, the tranches of shit that they just tell you every day, and then we have to unpack every fucking day. We got to dig through this. You don't have answers for this. Just be honest with yourselves. You don't have answers. You're just believing. We believe Trump. We believe Tom Homan. We believe Kristi Noem. Stop it. Stop believing people. Let me see if I can find this Tim Pool clip from yesterday. I don't know why I didn't answer or ask, excuse me, add this. Let me check real quick. I could have sworn I saved it. Sorry, my phone's blowing up. It's not that one. See if I can find this. Sorry, guys. Come on. I got to be able to find it. Damn it. All right. Jen, will you look? I don't remember the guy's name. I don't know if you can find this Tim Pool clip. It's him. I wish I would remember the guy's name. The guy has like a ponytail.
I got a ball. Hundreds of
years. That's not it. Shit. I don't know. I'll find it.
What was you talking about?
I don't even know how to explain it. I'll just play it on Monday.
Oh.
I don't even have like.
Just give me a general idea.
I don't even remember exactly. Like it was. Oh, is this?
What I'm saying is we don't need to be the.
I don't even know like generally what it was about. That's the problem. I don't even know if I can explain. Anyway, I'll find it tomorrow. Don't worry about it. Sorry about that. Sorry, everyone. We'll just move on.
Hold on. I don't know if you saw my message. You kind of sounded like the Sesame Street vampire talking about the tattoos.
What does that mean?
Here's an M.
Oh.
Thank
you.
Well, since I'm here, I'm going to do the announcements. Just want to remind everybody that today is Friendly Friday. So to be able to get closer to be able to do that, we need to get closer to knocking out that gift goal. We are crowdfunded, so Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, Super Chats, all go towards knocking out that goal. So if you guys could help us do that, we usually do Friendly Friday the last hour of the show, so we'd like to knock that out before then, if we can. Please subscribe if you haven't already on Twitch. You can use an Amazon Prime sub. Also on YouTube, you can subscribe. Also, we've got 4 different memberships over there. And if you guys disagree with Jay, how you can come in and talk is if you look at the Venmo, that's the same as my Discord username. You can DM me on Discord and I can bring you up to talk to him like I'm talking to him right now. So that's if you want to come in. You don't have to cry from the comments. You can actually talk. And that's how you do that. And also check our link tree for our other platforms that we're on. Why did the egg farmer fail at stand up?
I don't know.
He had bad yolks.
Stupid. So stupid. All right. Evelyn said, if you believe in Second Amendment, you want strong due process. That's a good point. Amy also said, or Dreamliner said, Van Jones asked a guy, why did he vote for Trump? He said, because he's an asshole. And women said, I listened to Candace Owens. We're so screwed. Well, I haven't actually played this, but we should probably talk about Candace Owens. Candace Owens is not, I would say, not on the Trump train anymore. I think Candace Owens, this is one of those times, it's been a couple times now that we have had to play Candace Owens clips. I think this is the one. Let me see.
Fighting against free speech in America. And that is Trump administration is fighting against free speech in America. And that is very sad for me to say and to report as someone who has been a supporter of Donald Trump. We cannot allow our rights to be infringed upon. And if you think it's going to stop with college campuses, you're out of your mind. So you better buck up and root for Harvard University in this fight. You better hope that they defeat the Trump administration and this absurd definition. They even include parts of the Bible. They're like, you can't say that the Jews had anything to do with Christ, killing Christ, which is, you know what that is? It's not anti-Semitism, it's anti-Catholic.
There you go. She did get her anti-Semitism in there at the end. I think we shouldn't use the Bible as a source anyways, just because it's not historical. But even the people on the right, like that aren't just in the pocket, they're admitting, yeah, this guy's a danger to democracy. Yeah, he's a danger to free speech. I think it's crazy to be. I don't know how you can be a Trump supporter and be still supporting what's going on right now. I think that's honestly crazy. Amy Lynn said Jen begging for DMs. She's like that. You guys know how thirsty Jen gets, especially on Fridays. She's got a big weekend. From what I understand, Chris is out of town. So, yeah, I think Jen's just probably being a little bit thirsty. That'd be my guess. But who am
Shut up.
Sorry. That's on me. All right. Trump went and spoke to I think it was the University of Alabama. All the the Alabama Democrats were like, why the fuck are we having this guy speak? So it was, a lot of people didn't show up. But Trump goes to speak and he just turns this shit into a campaign rally. Imagine going to your commencement speech and you have to hear this.
Had to see where the enemy lies because they're already looking to impeach Trump. You know, these crazy people. Let's impeach him. For what? We don't know exactly, but we'll try it. These people are crazy. So we had to, get our bearings for the first couple of weeks. So in 2 months, we had over $8 trillion, think of it, committed. Nobody's ever seen anything like it. There's never been anything like it in any country at any time. And it's all.
Once again, this is a college commencement speech. And he's just rolled into his into campaign mode. I'm going to tell you all about how great I am. Ken Tarian sent $2 balls train. Thank you.
Because they want to avoid the tariffs. We want to get here fast. And I said, a number of times, tariff is the most beautiful word in the world. And I got absolutely decimated by the fake news. They said, what about love? What about your wife? What about?
None of that happened. None of this happened. Except for the part where he said tariff's the most beautiful word in the world. And we're like, stupid. I got absolutely decimated. This dude, all he does is watch the news. None of you, I'm sure that this has got to be somebody on Twitter or a podcast that's like, what about other words that are more beautiful? This guy just everything that's ever said about him, he watches. He is such a thin-skinned egomaniac. This is a commencement speech. He's supposed to be telling these kids prepare for your future. And he's just up here whining about, people are mean to me. Why is everybody mean to me? It's a fucking commencement speech. Come on, Republicans, please, for the love of God. Can you find your balls? Find your courage? Find something. Find somebody else to hold on to. We can't say this is weird. We can't agree that this is fucking weird. Why is he doing this? How come every time he gets a microphone, he's like, everybody picks on me? The media's mean? I'm right, you're wrong. All right, we get it, dude. We get it. You got big feelings. Is it okay if the attention gets shifted somewhere else for a second? These kids are earning their college degree. Would you mind talking about their future instead of how people are mean to you?
Your parents, what about religion and God? So I said, all right, it's the 5th nicest word I've ever seen. And since I've done that, I've been in good shape. Nobody's bothered me. They've been very nice. Had to see
cool, dude.
Where the enemy lies.
And this is why I say that you guys are in a cult, because nobody wants to hear anybody do that. But this guy's funny. Just sitting there up on stage. We really like this. Nobody wants to hear that shit. It's just that you guys love him. So if he starts talking, you're like, oh, we must listen. And then you listen. He just complains. This dude just shows up on stage every day and complains about how people are mean to him. You're like, oh, he's so strong. What a tough leader. He's such a thin-skinned little bitch. I don't know if there's ever been anybody in the public eye more thin-skinned than this guy. He's using a commencement speech to talk about how people in the press said that tariff isn't the most beautiful world. Then he says this, goes on in the commencement speech.
Majors here today, I challenge you not merely for the business majors here today. I challenge you not merely to use your talents for financial speculation, but to apply your great skills that you've learned and had to forging the steel and pouring the concrete of new American factories, plants, shipyards, and even cities which are going up all over our country.
That's not true.
Don't just build a strong portfolio. Build a very, very strong America, and you're going to do that.
Nobody knows what he's talking about. Build steel companies. Why? Why? Dude, when you're gone, nobody's going to do nobody's going to want to do steel manufacturing. That's the thing. I don't know if you guys understand that. Before Trump came into office, nobody gave a shit about steel and coal. We were trying to move away from those types of manufacturing. After he left office, nobody gave a shit about it. Now he's back in office. You guys are just pretending to give a shit about this. When he leaves and we aren't talking about clean coal and manufacturing again, and we're talking about where people actually want to work and sectors where we actually should build, none of this will matter. That's terrible advice. I'm encouraging all who are graduating today to take a look at the world and the energy that the world is producing and the direction that the world is going in with renewable energy. And I challenge you to do the opposite, to build a steel plant, to work with clean coal. That's the best advice I could give you today. Live in the past, never in the future. Oh, what a fucking speech, dude. Nailed it. Nailed that speech. That's terrible advice. If you're graduating with a business degree and you're going to get in somehow in manufacturing, I would highly recommend not taking the advice of Donald Trump. I might get into semiconductors. I think that might be a good way to go. I don't know about I don't know about fucking coal and steel. Lissa said, thank you both for all that you do. Fuck Donald J. Trump, fuck Tex, and fuck Jones. Have a great weekend. Amy Lynn says, Trump makes me sick when he does the slithering breathe-in thing. Reminds me of Hannibal Lecter, his good friend. I would say Idol. I don't even know if they're oh, shit, what did I just do? That was weird. I clicked on a link I didn't know. All right. There was I haven't got through this entire thing yet, but of course, Fox News, because they're just the propaganda wing of Donald J. Trump, they decided to bring in the Doge kids. And it's as weird as you think. I don't know. I think it's time to start wondering, is Elon Musk grooming these kids? Now, I do need to, as a reminder, Elon Musk was groomed. J.D. Vance was groomed. All of these right-wing rich guys that come out of Yale and Stanford and Harvard, the reason they're so weird is because people find there are people with money who groom people that come from broken homes. And that Peter Thiel groomed all of these people to be weirdos. And now they're grooming young kids themselves. I want you to look through it in that lens. Elon Musk, groomed by Peter Thiel. J.D. Vance, groomed by Peter Thiel. And now they're trying so hard to surround themselves with young men that they can groom themselves. With that being said, this is fucking weird.
Who's big balls?
Me. That should be obvious.
Why do they?
Excuse me? Why should that be obvious, Elon? Well, it should be obvious because in our group chat, we send each other pictures of our balls. And he has the biggest balls. Why should that be obvious, Elon? What's going on here? That's weird. That was a weird thing that just happened on Fox News. A bunch of young, just graduated kids and a guy in his 50s. Like, which one's big balls? Me. That should be obvious. Come on, Jesse. You didn't spot his package when you walked in? That was the first thing I noticed when I saw him. I thought, that boy's got big balls.
They call you big balls.
I just said it as my LinkedIn username.
Okay.
Well, people on LinkedIn take themselves super seriously, and they're pretty adverse to risk. And I was like, well, I want to be neither of those things.
That's what we need in this government. That's what we need more of in an audit. An audit. People who don't take themselves super seriously and who take big risks. That's notoriously that's what you want out of an auditor. You want people who don't take themselves seriously and take massive risks. That's what makes a good auditor. Everybody knows that. When you hire somebody to audit your company or audit your books, the first question you ask is, do you take yourself seriously? And if they say yes, get rid of them. And then the second question you ask is, are you going to take big risks? And if they say yes, you hire them. And if they say no, then you let them go. They're auditors, dude. You're an auditor. I don't know why we're like, this guy's even saying that as if it's it's a good thing. Also, he looks 13. This is the guy responsible for going through auditing our books and cutting jobs. Just, you're fired now. I'm taking a big risk, and I'm not taking myself too seriously. I hope this helps as you get fired.
So I said it, and honestly, I didn't even think anyone would notice.
Yeah.
So what do you
LinkedIn
do?
is so cringe.
What is Big Balls?
LinkedIn is so cringe. He's weird, man. Elon Musk is a big fucking weirdo. I saw yesterday that that Tesla's looking at replacing him as CEO. I don't know if that's confirmed or not. Does anybody have a confirmation on that?
Right now, I'm working on some payment computer stuff. So one of our initiatives is to root out fraud and waste.
Real quick, when you listen to this, here's how I want you to listen. Tell me what specifics he says. I'm working on some computer payment stuff. I want you to see if he's specific. If anything he says here, Breeze here. We've got some people here that work in adjacent industries. You tell me. You guys are the experts. You tell me if anything he said here is specific, because it didn't sound very specific to me.
And to do that, we started looking at the payment computers. And as mentioned earlier, there is no accounting of what payments actually go to in the payment computer. So you look at a specific line item, like $20 million, and you're like, okay, well, what is this money going to? And for the majority of payment systems, it's like, well, we don't really know. And
yeah, like, what?
Then how'd you cut it? How'd you cut it then? If you don't know where the money went, then how did you determine what to cut? See, we have a problem here? If it's just money going in and out, and it doesn't say where the money's coming in and out from, how did you determine then that there was waste, fraud, and abuse? You don't know where the money went, but somehow you were able to cut? Someone explain that to me. Maybe I'm the dumb one here. If you don't know where the payments went, how did you figure out what to cut? How'd that happen? Am I off here? Am I off here? Yeah, I am calling someone weird. You can think I'm weird too. That's fine. I am weird.
That would be the response.
Is this the most basic responses?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the most common response.
What do you say when people...
They're talking to a computer. Computers can't shrug. Do you see why nobody believes Elon Musk? When we say, what the fuck is he doing? And every time he answers, he says shit like this that it makes no fucking sense. We don't know where the money was going. Every answer is just, I don't know, and a shrug. Wait, I thought you were looking at a computer. Computers aren't talking to you. They're not shrugging. Where did you get your information for how you decided to make cuts? Jesse Waters isn't a real reporter, so he's not going to ask this question. But what are we talking about here? When in the world are we cutting? How did you figure it out? Is anybody ever going to tell us? He's very transparent. This is the most transparent administration in the history of our country. Okay, tell us then. Tell us how you figured out how to cut shit then. Because right now you're telling us that nobody could understand anything.
People just say, I don't know.
Well, it's a huge cause for concern because the upstream thing, which is distributing the money, literally has no checks and no accountability to the actual American taxpayer.
Apparently, Big Balls here doesn't know what an inspector general is. Apparently, Big Balls here doesn't know what appropriation is. All of this money was authorized by Congress, and it was posted. We have a record of this. And if those funds that are allocated by Congress are misused, we have something called inspector generals who inspect, and they do audits, and they do routine audits, and they do it every year. That's why all of these departments have passed audits, despite what you've been told. Audits have been happening every year. They're selling you this story right now that nobody was auditing and that there's no accountability. And that's fundamentally untrue. It's categorically untrue. It was being audited, and it appears that they did not do an audit. It appears that they don't understand any of this. It appears that somebody told them that there was no audit, and then just let them do what they want. It reminds me of when Elon Musk did the Twitter files, and all he gave Matt Taibbi, like he didn't say, hey, Matt Taibbi, here's all our records. Go through whatever you want. He said, I'll send you our records. And he sent Matt Taibbi only what he wanted Matt Taibbi to see. This feels an awful lot like that. Because we've been auditing this stuff. We have records of the audits. Why doesn't he know that?
It's a huge vector for fraud, waste, and abuse.
Do these people not respect taxpayer money?
I mean, there's no incentive to if you work in the government. I think the incentives will always decide the outcomes.
Yes.
The incentive for all of these bureaucracies, they weren't pocketing the money. Now remember, if their incentive is not to take care of this money, then where did the money go? Zero arrests, zero fraud charges, zero allegations of specific fraud, none. So what was the incentive then? And remember this, like, this is the equivalent of HR. This is the equivalent of going into a company and the owner of the company is sending money maybe that the owner shouldn't be sending. And they're blaming HR, or payroll, excuse me. They're blaming payroll. The bureaucratic arm that they went through is essentially payroll. They're allocating money. They're tracking money. They are not the decision makers. The decision makers are in Congress. The money's already been allocated. Their job is just to disperse the money. The incentive for them is to disperse the money. When he says, like, follow the incentive, that's their incentive. There's no incentive there's no like mysterious incentive for them to be wasteful. It's very clear to me that these children don't know what they're looking at. It's very clear to me that they're just being told what they're looking at. But they don't seem to have a clue in hell what's happening right in front of them.
You guys feel like you're putting yourself at risk by doing this because you're stirring up so much hostility by these people ripping us off?
100%. Well, we don't need to speculate about that. You can see online in the protests that they make that very clear. I mean, I've been hanged in effigy many times. And there have been people that have actively advocated at these violent protests for my death, and also advocated for the death of...
Yeah, bro, like, I'm so tired of the pity party here. Yeah, that's wrong. Yeah, that shouldn't happen. It literally happens to everybody. It happens to me. And if you're saying, like, oh, well, you put a target on your back, that doesn't mean, just because you put a target on your back doesn't mean that what you're doing is correct. Doesn't mean that what you're doing is right. If you have a platform and you use that platform to talk, and you use that platform to talk about things people don't like, you're a target. Sometimes it doesn't mean that you're right, though. And this is why we call Fox News propaganda. Jesse Waters has yet to push back on a single thing they've said. They're all just in here complaining. And look how quickly, as soon as we got close to the details, Jesse's like, where's that money going? Who's answering for that money? Elon's like, I just want to remind you that we're all victims. Let's talk about how we're victims some more. Let's definitely not talk about the fact that we said we were going to save $2 trillion and it's like $30 billion, but we're going to tell you it's $150 billion. Let's not point out all the shit we fucked up. Let's not talk about that. No accountability. We're just going to talk about the fact that people are mad at Elon. By the way, nobody in the history of the world is mad at Elon because he performed an audit. No, nobody has ever, look, oh, we're mad that you're uncovering waste, fraud, and abuse. Just ask yourself, like, if you're a Republican in here and we came to you and we're like, you just don't like that the government, that they're uncovering waste, fraud, and abuse. You'd be like, no, of course I care. Like, why would I want waste, fraud, and abuse? We're the same way. There's nobody in this country that wants waste, fraud, and abuse. Nobody's upset when waste, fraud, and abuse is uncovered. Nobody is upset at any of it. In fact, what we're still waiting for is the fraud. Fraud is a crime. If there was fraud that was uncovered, where is it? Why are there no charges? Nobody's going to be charged with fraud? And yet you're going to let these people sit up here every day and tell you about the fraud that was committed? Well, if there's so much fraud, where's Pam Bondi? Where's the Department of Justice? Why aren't they charging anybody with fraud? They found so much of it. It should certainly at some point, it's certainly by now, somebody should have at least been charged. Nobody's going to go to jail? You guys, they're just going to do nothing? Yeah, I agree, Texas Repo. You said Elon Musk is a professional victim. I agree. I agree with that. Thank you. It's nice seeing the Republicans agree with me here. These guys are just professional victims. I agree with that. Thank you.
The people at Doge.
That's what being MAGA is at this point.
Balls.
MAGA is literally just talking about all the things that you're a victim of. I love seeing the Republicans in the chat agree with me on that. I love that. I'm glad you guys are seeing it now. I knew you would. I knew you guys would start to see the perpetual victim complex of the MAGA movement. And you guys all just pretending that you're being picked on because Trump got convicted of crimes. Yeah, thank you. Yeah. They're the professional victims. Thank you, KBP. I agree with you. All these MAGA folks, professional victims. That's why we're showing all these videos. I appreciate that. Lorraine said, "Have an amazing weekend after this week, all things considered." Thank you. After all things considered is true. Let's see. Why is that not loading? What is going on? Sorry, I don't know. I know that messages are coming through, but for some reason, they're not loading. Betsy said, "Happy Friday." Fuck Tex and fuck Trump. Thank you. Yeah, I agree with you. I agree. They're still boo-hooing about Trump winning. I agree with you. Thank you. You guys are great. I love the Republicans in here. I agree. Like, why are you guys still talking about Trump winning? Why are all these Trump people still talking about Trump winning? Just boo-hooing. They don't want to talk about what's going on. All you guys want to talk about is Trump winning. Thank you. This is great. Yeah. Professional Vic KBP. Thank you. Yes. This is so good. No, it's not the Democrats that are professional victims. I agree with you. It's not the Democrats. It's Trump, perpetual victim all day long. Yeah, CJ. Trump derangement syndrome is very real. People just attach themselves. They're like, I'm a victim. Trump's a victim because he's a criminal. So by proxy, I'm also a victim because Trump got in trouble. So I am too. Yeah. See, there you go, big fat Greek. There, yeah. Look at big fat Greek's making fun of the Trump supporters. See, when big fat Greek says Trump won and he does it in all caps, he's making fun of the idiots who they don't want to address any of this stuff. That's clever, big fat Greek. I like what you're doing there. He's just showing how all these Trump people they don't want to answer for any of the stuff he's doing, so they just say things like Trump won, Donald Trump, yeah, like Trump 2028. I love that. That's funny, big fat Greek. Thanks for being here. I love that. You're doing awesome. You guys are doing good. This is great. All right. I think this might be the last time Andy Bashir gets invited to Fox News. I don't know if he's going to be invited back after this.
Always try to be more efficient. I think we can always try to be more effective, but there's a difference in trying to fix something and break something. And coming in and doing a 40% cut across the board without looking at who has the expertise, about who has the leadership, about what programs are being impacted, I think is very short-sighted. I think there is a way to do this. I think presidents of both parties in the past have done it well, but this approach, I think, was callous. And telling people that have served for a decade that they're being fired because of poor work performance when we know it isn't true.
Well, I mean, I don't know.
Right.
You have to go case by case to make sure that person was performing, up to par, and that they were actually doing a good job, and they were actually bettering the situation for the American people. The administration.
I love that. There you go. Sean's being funny too. Sean's being silly. It's not Trump that's doing anything, guys. It's the people that he appointed. And those people are doing their job according to the Constitution. That's silly. Yeah, I like that. Because what Sean's doing here is he's being facetious, because what Sean's saying is nobody's actually doing anything. They're all just waiting around for Trump to sign executive orders. So he's being silly, oh, it's everybody but Trump, when everybody knows it's just Trump, and everybody just waits around for Trump to direct him. You guys are funny today. I like you guys today.
president has said many times that he will not take away Medicaid or Medicare or Social Security benefits from anyone who has earned them, and that the goal is to find the waste, fraud, and abuse in these programs, which we know exists. So do you have any problem with cutting waste and fraud and abuse from the Medicaid program? Don't you think that's a good idea?
Oh, Sean, stop it. I know that's a good one. Sean, you're not fooling anybody. That was a good joke. I liked it, Sean. Good job.
So first, on the last question, when you see tens of thousands of letters that all have the exact same thing to hardworking federal employees and veterans, you know it's an excuse and not the reason. On Medicaid and Medicare, the way you root out abuse, I know I was Attorney General. We had a Medicaid fraud unit, and you look for those providers that are overbilling, that are doing wrong, that are charging for things that are never happening.
Absolutely.
But if what you do are just major cuts to preserve some tax cut that provides states significantly less money that's needed, just watch. That rural hospital will close. When you look at the amount of their revenue that is covered by Medicaid, they simply can't exist without it. And rural Americans deserve to see a doctor in their own community. They shouldn't have to drive hours just to see a primary care doctor.
But you
much
can
less
see
a
that the
specialist.
administration has said that they will not cut services from.
Yeah, we don't trust them. Yeah, we know what they said. They say a lot of things. See, he's just giving her like fact on fact. But remember, Trump said he wouldn't. So now what do we? I know it's in the bill, and I know he said he's going to sign the bill, but he said he wouldn't. So this is what you guys are left with. This is Fox News, news. They use the word news, which is fucking crazy. And they're like, I know that they're cutting things, and I know that Congress is cutting things, but have you thought about the fact that they said they're not going to? Yeah, we thought about it, and they lie all the time, so we don't believe them.
Medicaid. That's what he has said repeatedly.
I think what you see is Congress looking at that. And remember, you can say you're not going to cut services, but if you cut the overall amount going to states, then you make the states.
Yeah, then you make the states cut the services. Do you see how they do? Like this, I don't know if everybody at Fox News is just like
I think
stupid.
We can always.
Like, how do you not figure this out? If you cut funding to the states have to cut. And then it was the state. It was Louisiana. It wasn't me. That's how Trump does things. He just he makes it so that he doesn't ever have to be blamed for anything. I love that. I like that. Good to have you guys all here. Sean. Oh, Sean's back. Guys, Sean's back. Sorry, Sean. I was reading. And it's okay that you have to keep the drama going. I understand you got to get hits or whatever they call it. But if you can see the drama, you can see there's something good in here. That's so fun. I love that. Yeah. No, I agree with you, Sean. What Sean's saying is like, you guys can see the good of fascism, though, right? Like, I know that we're joking around here, but at the end of the day, we all know that we're just looking for a strong man. That's what this country was really founded on, is a king who would rule by executive order. I like Sean. Sean, stick around, man. I really like that. I like that a lot. All right. This is weird. I don't even know why this is happening. Somebody's gonna have to. I don't even know how to I don't even have a strong opinion on this. I just don't know why this is happening. Trump now says many of our allies and friends are celebrating May 8th as Victory Day regarding World War II. But we did more than any other country by far in producing a victorious result on World War II. That's not true. Not true at all. In fact, in World War II, it was mostly the Russians. The Russians did most of the heavy lifting. The Germans didn't surrender to us. They surrendered to the Russians. It's not true that we did more than anybody else. So I don't know why he's saying that, except for the part where he just doesn't understand anything. I'm hereby renaming May 8th as Victory Day for World War II and November 11th as Victory Day for World War I. We won both wars. Nobody was close to us in terms of strength. Again, not true. Not true. We're bigger now. No, in terms of strength, bravery, or military brilliance, but we never celebrate anything. That's because we don't have leaders anymore that know how to do so. We are going to start celebrating our victories again. Why are we doing this? Like, Trump hates our allies more than anything in the world. Trump fucking hates the people that fight with us. He just wants to act like he's bigger and better all the time. I don't like that for America. If you have to announce how great you are, you're probably not that great. I don't want to be a country who's like, well, actually, we're the ones. We're why the war was won. Over here, make sure to pay attention to us. Listen, we get enough attention. We're good. Mary said, thanks, big fat Greek. Amy Lynn said, Trump loses 93% of cases in court. We know because we sue Trump and we win. He's had 100 injunctions against him, I think, at this point. He's lost 100 court cases in 100 days. All those liberal judges, all those judges are biased. That's why he loses. It's not because he's an idiot. Might want to look up your history. Well, let's look up the history. What am I missing there, Mike? United States was late to the war. We didn't want to join World War II because, frankly, the conservatives in our country, they liked Hitler. We had Henry Ford out here being like, guys, Hitler's not bad. In fact, they held a rally. They held a Nazi rally in New York City. It looked an awful lot like the rally that Trump held in New York City, by the way. The lighting, the staging, the rhetoric, the blaming of immigrants. It was almost identical. We were a little slow to enter the war because we were divided on which side we were on. I don't know. Are the Nazis really that bad? Is it really that bad that they're getting rid of Jewish people and moving them out of the country? And then once we found out about the concentration camps, we were kind of like, all right, the poor Nazis here in this country were like, oh, they went a little bit too far and now we have to go to war. That's why we were late. We had Nazis then, we have Nazis now. And guess what? The Nazis are always in the conservative party. They're always the conservatives. I don't know how that works out. It's weird. It's weird. A lot of people in the South tend to be on board with the Nazis. Even though I know there's a party switch, I guess, but I don't know if all the racists moved. But it seems like the people who are most likely to be Nazis all live south of the Mason-Dixon line. A little bit. The leader of the KKK is a damn... Yo, you guys are fun. I love that. Who is it? Who is the leader? Who's the leader there? You don't know. You're just saying shit that you've heard before. I don't even understand. I don't even understand why we do this, and I'm not going to entertain it that much longer. But if our party, if the Democratic Party is the party of the Nazis and the party of the Triple K, how come you only ever see those flags at your rallies? You never see a Kamala sign next to a Nazi flag. You never see a Kamala sign next to a rebel flag. How come it's always like a Trump flag next to it? They just tricking you? More 4D chess from the Dems? Actually, what we do is we infiltrate the Republicans and we fly the flag next to their name. And we went down to Charlottesville and we marched against our own people, all to own the Republicans, all to make you think that Donald Trump was racist. Like, we're that good? We're just that good that we convince all these people that vote for Trump? There's all these racists that vote for Trump, and we just convinced them. Hey, I know you guys are really Democrats, but could you do us a favor and vote for Trump? And then he'll win, and that'll help us a lot. The Triple K got real diverse. The Triple K is the first organization to put up like a black candidate for president. Did it twice. Very progressive. The Triple K is. Hey, Jen.
They're playing 4D chess.
Yeah, that's right.
Right?
That's right.
I'm glad that you're getting so much practice on all your different conservative voices today.
Thank you.
It's good.
Thanks.
Yeah, I don't think you practice it very often. I think this is good for you. It's probably therapeutic in some ways. All right, so we've got about an hour.
Can I say real quick? I didn't forget about Pearl Harbor. When we got attacked at Pearl Harbor, we attacked the Japanese. I'm talking about why we got involved in Europe. We were slow to get involved in Europe because we were Nazi sympathizers. We got involved with Japan because of Pearl Harbor, but that has nothing to do with all the Nazis that didn't want to go to World War II and go fight the Germans. They saw the Germans as their friends. That's what was confusing. Go ahead.
Got it. Yeah, so we've got about an hour, a little less than an hour till Friendly Friday. So Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, Super Chats. We need to try to knock down that goal so we can get to Friendly Friday. So if you guys could help us do that in the next hour, I would appreciate it. If you haven't subscribed to us on Twitch, please do so. You can use your Amazon Prime sub or a regular sub, or just even for notifications. Also, please subscribe on YouTube. Please like the stream as well. We upload content pretty much every day. So if you want to go check out some of our videos, like, engage in those, leave a comment, that would be awesome. Please also, one other thing, if you guys want to have a conversation with RTP, how you do so is you DM me on Discord. It's the same as the Venmo, Jen, JENNWDUBB, the number 1, and I can bring you on to talk in real time. So also check out our link tree that we're on most social media platforms, and we've got different merchandise. So, and I know you guys don't think this is a job, but when you're working and people fund, you get paid, that's called a job.
Dude, Jen, this Sean FID guy, I love him. He is hilarious.
Do you?
Yeah,
I've been
dude,
watching.
listen to what he said. He said that the Nazis, KKK, and the skinheads are all Democratic Party aligned, which is the reason he's being so funny is like the people that were members of the KKK and the skinheads and the Nazis, the ones like in the sense the party switch that have run for office, they all run as Republicans. So that's what Sean's doing. He's like tricking you. He's getting you to think it's Democrat, even though they've all run as Republicans. He's doing a little trick here. He's funny. We got to keep Sean around. I like Sean.
Well, Sean, if you can own this lib, just DM me on Discord. I could bring you up to talk in real time. If you've got all this proof, prove him wrong.
Yeah, all you got to look up is David Duke. David Duke is really the last person that was able to run as an open KKK member. He unsuccessfully sought the Democratic presidential nomination, and then he launched as a Republican. He ran as a Republican because the Democrats wouldn't accept him, and he won the nomination in the GOP. And he was on the ticket as the GOP nominee in 1990. Is either 88 or 92. But yeah, for sure it was the Democrats. Yeah, that's what it was.
Dun, dun, dun. Anyway, all right. So yeah, like you said, gift goal hour for Friendly Friday. Why shouldn't you fart in an Apple store?
I think you should. First of all, I'm pro farting in an Apple store, but go ahead.
You don't want to stomach ache, that's fair, but they don't have windows.
Thank you. All right. Then Trump tweeted out this today, which I appreciate it. We'll probably come up with some bullshit. Trump tweeted out, gasoline just broke $1.98 a gallon, lowest in many years. Groceries and eggs down, energy down, mortgage rates down, employment strong, and much more good news as billions of dollars pour in from tariffs, just like I said, and we're only in a transition stage. I thought you guys were against transition stages. Just getting started. Consumers have been waiting for years to see pricing come down. No inflation. The Fed should lower its rate. We have inflation. Gasoline's not $1.98. It's not the lowest in years. Eggs are down after the bird flu. Groceries are not cheaper. Like groceries are still... I mean, unless you're comparing for like when supply chains were dead. Did the mortgage rates go down? Did I miss that? Were mortgage rates drop? I don't remember. Did I miss that? That's possible. Let's see. Oh, they dropped to 6.76%. Oh, okay. The average, it went down from 6.8% to 6.7% this week, but it had gone up 5.94 on a 15 rate or 15 year. I mean, if I go look at when Trump took office, mortgage rates were when did he take the 20th? 6.96. They went down and then they went back up. So they went down to 6.63. Now they're back to 6.76. So I don't know. I guess like overall they're down a little bit. I don't know what he's done to pass that legislation. But this $1.98 gas, he's been saying this for weeks. This is just one of those lies that he tells that you guys don't care about, and I don't know why. I also want to show you this. Donald Trump is a criminal. He is running a crypto scam right now. And there's actually I'm trying to remember the name of the coin. There's actually a case that's ongoing right now where the attorneys decided, or I guess the attorney general decided to go through with the case, even though Trump's DOJ has basically said we're not going to prosecute crypto scams. It'll be interesting to see how this plays out. It looks like it's going to go to court. It looks like Trump's DOJ is not going to step in and stop this. But this story broke this morning on CNN, how much money Trump has made, or his family's made, during crypto.
I mean, this is one of the most insane stats that I have seen, and I brought you a lot of interesting.
I said during crypto. That was a weird way to say that. In crypto. Four-time Dodge drafter talking about war victories. Evelyn said, rebel flag equals I lost and I surrender.
Nuggets, but the Trump family overall, how much have they made on crypto, at least on paper? Get this number. It is about $1 billion. $1 billion, because it's not just Donald who's involved in crypto. It's Eric who's involved in crypto, and it's Melania who's involved in crypto. That is an insane amount of money. I just only could wish I would one day touch that much cash.
I mean, that is incredible. And it is, as you've been looking at it, just part of a larger picture of Trump's wealth, his wealth personally taking off.
It has skyrocketed, Aaron, skyrocketed. Look at what Forbes has found. What they have found that over the last year, you go back to last year, look, Trump was worth a lot of money, but it was $2.3 billion. Look at how much he's worth now. It's more than doubled. More than doubled. He is now up. His net worth is now $5 billion. Part of that is crypto, but part of that is also, of course, Truth Social, part of the larger media conglomerate going public. But you put it all together, and Trump's wealth is through the roof over the last year.
Very different than most Americans'
Yes.
401ks right now. All right. So you've told me a lot I don't know. So maybe you don't need to tell me anything else. But
I'll walk off the set.
One more thing I don't know.
I'll tell you something you don't know. And, we're talking crypto here. And in my opinion, crypto voters, those who own crypto, may have made the difference in the 2024 election. Why?
Wow.
Because take a look here. How much more did crypto voters support Donald Trump versus those who didn't own crypto? Look at that. Trump did, get this, his margin was 24 points higher among crypto owners than non-owners. They, of course, have made up an increasing share of the electorate, north of 10% of the electorate now. And in my opinion, Trump getting close with crypto may have made the difference and put him over the top.
That is really incredible. All right. Thank you very much.
I told you something
So
you don't
much.
know like
Many,
3 times.
Like 3 times.
There you go.
Put it in the bank.
I like the people. You're mainlining straight Coke juice. I've never been more
is
sure that
one of-
somebody owns a bunch of shit coins in my life. You're mainlining Coke juice, dude. Yeah, bro. How's your Dogecoin going? How's your fart coin going? Like, I'm sorry. Yeah, I've never been more sure that you're involved in crypto scams. All crypto is a scam. All of it. All of it is a Ponzi scheme. All of it. There's no utility. There's no value. The value of cryptocurrency is that you guys think cryptocurrency has value. It's not backed by anything. It's not. It's at the very least, like you can say that about like any currency. You can say that about the United States currency, but it is backed by the United States. It is backed by the reputation and the credit of the United States. Cryptocurrency isn't backed. If you launch a meme coin, you are running a scam. Trump has 2 of them. They're just scams. In any other scenario, these would be scams. The guy that ran the Melania token would have been going to prison if Trump decided that they weren't going to just let people get away with this. If you want proof, I can show you. I don't have time to show you guys this whole video, but you can go to CoffeeZilla or Voidzilla, I guess. Voidzilla has covered this extensively. I think it's called excuse me, sorry. I think it's called How Is This Legal? And then How Is This Legal Part 2. If you don't understand why Trump is what Trump is doing is running a crypto scam, we've showed it on this channel. I don't have time to rehash it every time we go over it. Go to Voidzilla, go watch the video. You'll see how it's a scam. You'll see how it's a way for Trump to just make money. And by the way, why are you guys so cool with somebody profiting off the office like this? You can't be the people who screamed Hunter Biden for 4 years and then do this and then be like, oh, no, it's fine. $0.00 made it into Joe Biden's pockets. Billions of dollars, over $1 billion has made it into Trump's pockets, and you guys aren't saying boo. Benny Boy said, Big Fat McGreeks made a comment on money. Here's $10. Thank you. Thank you. I like that. We got a lot of MAGA flipping over to the other side. California gas is still 5. Yeah, I saw that. Democrats are evil. I don't know if you know how gas prices work. Gas in California isn't $5 because of Democrats, bud. That's not how any of this stuff works. Let's see. I got that. All right, what's it? We got hour and a half. Or no, I guess 40 minutes left. Let me give you my real money for numbers on a computer screen. F Joe Biden. Go fuck yourself, man. You guys are so late on the F Joe Biden. I don't know. Jen, I'm going to be honest. I just want to do Friendly Friday now, and we'll end a little early. I'm gassed. The next stuff I had on the list, it's going to take a long time. I think we should just open up to Friendly Friday and then get out of here. I haven't slept for like 3 days. I've been up early, up late. I think I was on the phone for 14 hours yesterday. So let's just do that.
All right. I mean, I know how much you love being on the phone.
I know. Yeah. Terrible. It's been awful.
It's your favorite thing to do.
Yeah.
Tell me. I don't care.
Yeah, let's just open up. Let's open up for Friendly Friday. Guys, it would be super helpful if we can still knock out the gift goal if we can, but if not, no big deal. Kirsten said, wish you all the best in your dream job, working on making my dream job come true. Dreamliner said, how four-time dodge after talking about war victories. I think I read that one. I'm actually open to, if people have questions about the other shit too, we can talk about that on Friendly Friday. I just probably am not going to give a ton of details. But we're welcome. You guys are welcome to ask questions about the Jones shit if you want to. And we're not really pretending that's not existing anymore.
All right. So if you guys, how to join Friendly Friday is you go into the general VC in the Discord. So if you're not in Discord, you can't join. So if you guys are in the server and if you guys want to start going on over there, we'll get that going. So.
Okay, let's see these. Seriously, you think Hunter Biden sells his paintings for more Picassos and that's not corruption? I don't know what you're talking about, but what my claim is that there was no money that made it into Joe Biden's pocket. Hunter Biden was a criminal, and Hunter Biden was shady, and I'm fine with it. He was prosecuted. And if you guys wanted to charge him for other stuff, you could have, but you didn't. You guys charged him for tax fraud. So I don't know what to tell you. That doesn't mean Joe Biden's guilty. There's $0.00 that went to Joe Biden. However, Jared Kushner got $2 billion from the people who funded 9/11. So you guys don't get to really talk about shit until you address how Jared Kushner, as the special envoy to the Middle East, got $2 billion from the people who funded 9/11. When you explain that, we can talk about Hunter and Joe. But until you're willing to address that, it's hard to take you seriously. Of course you don't. What is he talking about? Let's see. Hunter Biden sold his paintings for more than a Picasso. Well, I mean, listen, I'm a political show. I don't know why I would track down Hunter Biden. Let's see. Said Hunter. Let's see. 10 buyers of art who have paid a sum of $1.5 million. 11 paintings for a total of $875,000. Yeah, I don't know. What am I supposed to be so outraged about?
I'm sure they're very pro-capitalism. If someone's willing to pay for that, that's...
If people want to buy shitty paintings, they can buy shitty paintings. I don't understand what I'm supposed to be outraged about that. That was dumb of them. I don't know. I don't think that'll appreciate. I'll hop into the general. All right, who's first, Jen?
I already dragged you into the general. Cam.
What's up, Cam?
What's going on?
Oh.
Have you had a drink of water and said something nice about yourself today?
Too soon.
You're done.
Too soon.
I'm sorry I had to. I'm sorry.
Thank you.
Hey, you know what else was too soon? Talking about LeBron yesterday. That was too soon too.
Yeah, I love to see LeBron James lose. It's been nice. I like seeing that.
No, that was doo-doo. I can't wait for Anthony Edwards to be a Laker though. That's gonna be nice.
You think that's going to happen?
I don't know. We just kind of end up getting stars. So people are talking about either Giannis or people are talking about Giannis being getting a package. They're getting. Sorry, I'm hearing rumors of them getting a package together for Giannis, but then I know after the Mavs or the Nuggets canned their coach, the Lakers were the betting favorites to land Jokic. So I don't know. There's a few different things that could happen, but that would be pretty crazy to have Jokic.
Yeah, the Lakers don't deserve it. For somebody who's asking for the evidence of Jared Kushner getting $2 billion, here's him defending the $2 billion investment. Just so we're clear, I don't know why you didn't know that. It's wild that you don't know Jared Kushner got $2 billion from the Saudis. It's weird. All right, who's next? Good talking to you, Cam.
Yep.
Who'd you say, Jen?
Swish.
What's up, Swish?
We can't hear you. Oh, you're muted, Swish. All right, we'll come back to you. Jedi.
All right. I just had two quick questions. So I know you talked about you were in a cult before. I always wanted to ask this. Did you know it was a cult while you were in it? And if not, like when was like your coming to light moment? Like you knew like I got to get out of this. I'm in a cult. Like what was the
You never know.
turning point?
Yeah, you never know. Because you have to acknowledge that it's a cult. The turning point for me, in leaving the cult, like even when I left, I was just like, oh, I was lied to. So the first thing that happened is I found out that I was lied to. And then it was just like, you really find out the extent of how much you were being controlled as time goes on, and you find yourself thinking certain things. Like there were times I would find myself saying like, you know what, I'm probably wrong. I'm probably I think that the people that told me that showed me these lies, maybe they were lying to me, and I just realized.
Were you allowed to question things? Sorry.
Not
Were you allowed to question
not
things
publicly. No, certainly not. In
okay.
fact, so there's a bunch of books that have been written about the Mormon Church, and specifically Joseph Smith and how he took child brides and how he married. It wasn't just polygamy; it was like polyandry.
I've seen the South Park video episode about it. I don't know how close that.
Very accurate.
That was.
Yeah. So that.
Really?
Yeah. That was that thing. South Park has actually radicalized a lot of people and got people out. Like the Book of Mormon musical that they wrote, and then the South Park episodes. They're very accurate, but you don't realize it until you find yourself like doing the behavior that you've been conditioned to do that you didn't realize you were doing because you were conditioned. You thought you were doing it because it's what you wanted, but it just kind of like slowly comes out. You're like, why am I doing this? I don't want to do this. And you're like, oh, it's my conditioning. But it takes a while.
Was there any pushback when you left? Or were you
I lost I left the Republican Party and the religion at the same time. And I lost most of my friends. I don't talk to hardly any of my extended family. My dad and I don't have a relationship anymore. That's mostly to do with the church. And now when I go back,
tried explaining it to him. Sorry,
they don't care. It's the same way. Oh, okay. You know when you explain something to a Trump supporter and they just don't care.
Oh yeah,
it's the exact same thing. They will not address the problematic stuff. They just say kind of the same thing. Well, that I don't care about that. I'm still a member of the church because of this, and they'll just deflect onto something else. And that's when you know it's a cult, when people won't actually address the serious stuff, because like every organization is gonna have problems. People are gonna fuck up. You know it's a cult when people won't address the fuck up and they won't hold people accountable for fuck ups unless that person is like not a leader. They'll hold other people who aren't leaders accountable, but it's never the leader. The leader never is held accountable for anything.
Sounds like Maga.
Yeah, it's exactly the same.
And my second question, real quick: when can we watch the Jubilee? Like, when's the Jubilee episode come out, and how did that go?
I don't know when it's coming out yet. I can't talk about what the subject was. Okay. I can tell you that I think it went very well, and one of the producers told me it went very well. But when people see it, they'll have to judge for themselves.
Yeah, like when I watched the Dean and Parker when they did it, I didn't like. Hopefully, it's not the flag thing with you, because I feel like a lot of people will cut they'll put all their flags up and it'll kind of cut you off from making your full point. I didn't like how it did that.
No,
Some people would.
It wasn't one of those. And what they actually told me when I was there, they filmed one of those flag ones the day of, like before I filmed, and they've changed that format now to make it so that like it's not a sprint to get to the chair, but I did something called middle ground. So if you want to go look at Jubilee, you can see kind of what I did. It's a different one.
Okay.
I'd assume, by the way, and the only thing I'll say is the topic I covered, I think is something that I think they'll push out quickly because it won't be as impactful later on. So I'd imagine it comes out relatively quickly.
Good.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Thank you.
Yeah, bro. We'll see it. All right, Jen, who's next?
Swish if she's here.
What's up?
I am. Hi, Double Daddy.
Hey.
Happy Friendly Friday.
Happy Friendly Friday.
Yeah, I contributed. Check your cash out.
Thank you.
That just a few minutes ago. You're so welcome. So I'm so proud of you. That's all I'm gonna say about that. You can construe from that what you will. But I definitely am looming in the shadows in support. So I wanted to say that. And also, someone was talking about new careers and such, and I was wondering if you knew that I used to be a freelance journalist. Did you know that?
I did not know that. No.
It's true. I wasn't very successful though because Lance is still in prison.
Lance? Wait, hold on. Who's Lance?
I was a freelance journalist.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
You might have to
Thank you,
transfer him
Jen.
today. He's not operating on.
I know. All right.
I'm sorry.
Well,
I'm sorry.
In all seriousness, though, that's okay. I was, and the reason I'm not anymore is because someone stole my copy of Microsoft Office, and I just want to tell you on this platform, I will find you. You have my word. My word. That I will find.
Stupid. I was so excited about your journalism. I'm so excited about that.
I am. No, all jokes aside, I am determined. I've been writing a book for years, man, and I am determined to get it done by this summer. And that's not a dad joke. That is very serious.
I can't wait.
That's what I'm going to be doing. Yeah, there's no punchline there. That's it.
I wasn't believing it for a minute, so.
No. No, that's very true. And yeah, so that's what I'm doing. Go Bills. We had a pretty good number of pickups, I think, in the draft. Is there anything that you're excited about? And this is also not a joke. You know, I'm low key bang bang Niners gang.
That's right.
Are you excited about anything from your draft?
I honestly, I never really think about the draft. I don't know enough about what I'm watching to know if they're good picks or not. So, and historically, I've always been wrong about like who the good picks were, and so now I just kind of wait and see. Some people are really good at recognizing good picks. I'm not, so I have no idea.
All right, that's cool. So I think my sleeper, it's not going to affect you much because you're NFC, but my sleeper this year, it's going to be the Pats definitely, and not just because it's my division, but I think nobody should, not sleeper, my troll pick, like nobody should sleep on the Pats this year. And also for the NFC, the Giants, I think pound for pound had some great picks, so maybe not their year this coming year, but nobody should sleep on them next year.
Don't.
So
That's right.
that's all.
That someone Jay, remember the guy from Arizona?
What?
The Giants. She mentioned the Giants. Remember the guy from Arizona that we talked about before? Cam Scatterbo?
Oh, Scatterbo. Oh, he went to the Giants? I didn't know he went to the Giants.
Yeah,
Oh.
I think he went third or fourth round.
Oh, cool. I didn't know that. I like Scatterbo.
And they also picked up an edge rusher, which they needed, and who did they pick up for? I think they picked up a quarterback. Dart. They picked up a quarterback. And it's kind of hard to follow for me, too, because I'm not big into college ball. But, hey, folks, girls talking sports ball. Yeah.
Stupid.
I love you. I
Love
love
you.
you, fam. Jen, I love you. You're fantastic. That's all I'm going to say about that. You guys have a great weekend, and I'll be following you around in support as always.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Of course. You're welcome. Have a good one.
You too. All right, who's next?
Eli.
What's up, Eli?
Yeah, I only came up for a couple of things.
All
First off, I changed my profile picture specifically for you so I can tell you your hats suck.
Yeah, you got the whole side view here. I like that. Now
Yeah.
now the people can see. There it is.
Yeah. I have that in black and white, by the way.
Okay,
But
flex.
second thing that I came up for, watching Donnie get his dick kicked in that interview was an absolute highlight of my week.
I just
And
like that.
y'all, and anybody listening, if y'all are still defending that, fuck you too.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. It's getting hard. It's harder to defend Trump over and over. I've noticed that like in the comment section, it's all just like ad hom now. They can't even figure out ways to defend what he's doing. It's just ad hom, and they're hoping like, I sure hope this turns around soon. You guys all know you might look dumb real soon. I think they all know that inherently.
Yeah, I saw one dude in Twitch chat. Literally, all he can do is just call everyone a liberal pussy, and I'm like, is that really the best? Is that the best you got? Really?
That's not bad, yeah.
That was all I had.
All right,
Normally,
brother.
I got a joke for you, but I didn't take time to look one up.
All right. Well, dude, it's good talking. You haven't talked in a while.
Yeah, I'm usually working or in a meeting when you got Friendly Fridays.
Ew, dude, gross. Knock that off.
Yeah.
All right, dude.
All right,
We'll
I'm
see
gonna
ya.
get going. Y'all have a good one.
You too. Bye. All right, Jen, who's next?
Hoof.
What's up, Hoof?
Hey, how's it going, Jay? Sorry about that. You caught me while I was finishing a drink there.
That's all right.
That's okay. Well,
good to
I
hear
just
your
wanted
voice.
to get on and yeah, thank you.
I don't know if
just
we've
wanted
ever
to-
talked.
No, we've never talked.
I don't think so. I appreciate all the work you've been doing.
It's really a good time. And actually, that's why I wanted to come on. I was doing some, I was in the middle of saying something nice about myself, and I realized that this this video I'm working on right now from yesterday's show is pretty funny.
If
So
you guys didn't
thank
know,
you for
Hoof
that.
does a lot of our clips for us for YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, so anyway, and then I also wanted to tell you that I have a part of your lexicon has come into being mine. I've taken it on for myself, and that is the quote, "punch him in the fart box." So that is now part of my regular lexicon.
I stole where did I steal that from? It was the tongue punch in the fart box is how I stole. I don't remember what it's from. I definitely didn't come up with it. Somebody else did. It's maybe from a movie. I can't remember.
From a movie somewhere, I think.
Yeah, I can't remember what that's from. Good.
Anyway, I just wanted to say hi because we've never talked. So
It was good talking to you. Thank you again for all the time you put into this. I really appreciate it.
it's a good time. I appreciate you letting me do it.
Thanks, brother. Be well.
All right, bye-bye.
Do you want to read some of the comments that we've had come through?
Yeah, what movie is that from?
I don't know. I wasn't looking that up.
Well, you look it up while I find the comments. Thank you, Namaste, for joining the Dollar Train. Jessica said, thanks for keeping it real. Jen, are you saying, Switch said, doing what I can. Appreciate you, Double Daddy, with a meow at the end. Appreciate the meow at the end. Let me go up, Jen. Pink said, I lost my birth father when I left the church, too. Sorry for your losses. Jamar said, for the crew, the education, of course, penises. Great. Megan says, thank you, Jay and Jen, for all you do. Solely, thank you. I think that was it. All right, who's next?
All right. Johnny? Oh, Johnny. Okay.
What's up, Johnny?
Johnny. Oh, Johnny's not here. Okay. Bobby.
Bobby.
Hello. I wanted to say a couple things. First, I had posted something in mutual aid a while back, and I wanted to say thank you to Amanda, Jen, and Bree for sending some money over because I was able to get my passport.
Hell yeah.
And have my trip planned. I'm headed to Mexico. And so I kind of wanted to say goodbye. I'm really nervous. It's going to be exciting.
What are you doing in Mexico?
Well, there's a press conference that they do in the morning called La Mañanera, and I want to go to that and do some advocacy work and some advocacy around trafficking stuff.
Oh, cool.
And I haven't been well for a long time, and my brain doesn't work very well when I have bad symptoms. But I'm kind of back to myself now, and even though I don't remember everything that happened, I'm gonna go for it and hope for the best.
That's amazing. Good for you. Wait, what part of Mexico are you going to?
Mexico City.
Cool. And you leaving soon?
Yeah, I'll be gone before the next Friendly Friday.
Well, damn. Well, keep us posted, will you?
Yeah, I'll let you know. I'll post in the Discord or something, or maybe next week if I'm still around. I'll come back for Friendly Friday.
Well, they got internet down there. I know they do. So you can still connect with us.
Yeah, I'm super nervous. I'm going solo, and that was one of the big reasons that I didn't go sooner, was because I didn't want to go alone. But it's just kind of the way things worked out. I'm in like my own personal transition phase in life, kind of in the midst of this fascist transition that the whole country is going through. So I'm just gonna go for it now.
I love it. Well, let us know if there's stuff we can help with and keep us updated.
Thanks. I'm pretty short on cash. If anyone wants to send anything, feel free. I'm just going to use it for gas. I'm driving.
Jesus.
But yeah, other than that, I'll check in. I think it's a 29-hour drive.
My Lord, that's a long drive. That's a long. Be safe.
I will. I'm going to take my dog, and she looks vicious, even though she's a sweetheart.
There you go. You're good then. You're good.
All right. I'll talk to you guys later.
Thanks,
Bye.
Bobby. We'll see it. All right. Who's next, Jen?
JTS, just want to remind everybody that we are starting Friendly Friday earlier. So if you guys run, how you do join is you go to the Discord and join the VC. If you're not in Discord yet, you won't be able to join. So if you guys are here and you're listening, we're doing it. We started early. So, and we're still trying to knock out the rest of the gift bowl.
Johnny said the VC booted him. I don't know how that works, but sorry about that, Johnny. Real quick, Raina said, can't join, but please never stop what you're doing. Thank you, Raina. And Tim said, hey, from Surprise, let's make lying wrong again. I like that. Thank you, Tim. All right, who's next? Did you say?
JT.
What's up, JT?
Hello, Jay. Can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
Awesome. Sorry, I was working at a real job. So sorry about that.
I keep being told I need to get one of those. They keep telling me that.
Yeah, I got the knee pads on, working for Bezos, so you know how that works.
Well, could be worse. You could have knee pads on working for Trump. It's a totally different job.
Yeah.
Is this age appropriate for this? Stream?
Possibly. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see.
I just, Jay, I agree with you on most things, but there was one thing that you said in the show that I actually did not agree with.
How dare you?
I know, I'm a rebel, as they say. You were saying, we were talking about Sir Big Balls. Is that what his name is?
Yeah.
Doge Boy.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you panned back to the chat and said, I don't know one person who would actually like, fraud and abuse in, the in our government, right?
Yeah.
And I got me thinking. I'm like, actually, I can think of one person who actually probably likes fraud and abuse within our government, and that's Rick Scott. I think he actually likes it.
He made a career out of that shit. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
I know. Yeah. I just wanted to, I fact checked you.
Thank
keep
you.
you on your toes.
I stand corrected. You're right. Thank you for doing that.
Absolutely, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
With tears in my eyes.
That's right. Thank you.
And then also I wanted to bring up the fascist military parade. Are you excited for that for Trump's birthday?
I kind of forgot about it until you just brought it up, and I can tell you
Oh, come on.
unequivocally not excited. That's gonna be so fucking
Oh,
weird and cringy.
oh man.
That's gonna be
Yeah,
in
I
our
don't know if you
history
saw, but
books. We're gonna learn about that. That's gonna be on the record forever. We had a president who did this North Korea thing. That's gonna be weird.
man, we can only hope we're writing the history books and not them. So I guess we'll see, right?
That's true. They can't write. That's a good point.
Yeah, or read, or talk, or
Think.
not steal from Medicaid, or Medicare. So, all right, that's all. I just appreciate you guys, and I'll be up next Friday to fact check you on more things.
All right.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
I appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
See ya.
Have a good one.
All right. Who's next?
Schumacher. If you guys reminding everybody, we started Friendly Friday early, so I mean we've got 15 minutes or so before we usually go. So if you guys want to go to the general VC in the Discord, so Jumar.
What's up, man?
What's up?
Hey.
How's it hanging? Besides you being tired as hell.
Yeah, short, shriveled, and to the left, I think is.
Tongue Punch Your Fart Box came from Step Brothers.
Step Brothers. Thank you.
Definitely from Step Brothers. I was going to say that actually. 100%. So, first of all, well done. I'll leave that alone, but well done.
Thank you.
That can't be easy. I did just have some water, just to continue that joke. Just so you know.
I'm drinking coffee. Is that?
I haven't said anything kind about myself, so I've actually been burying myself all morning. So maybe that'll be a new trend. Shit. Yeah, no, that's nuts. I don't know how many people like used to watch his lives and stuff. So that's strange. It's just weird and nuts and sad all at the same time. So
Are you? Can you go punch the McDonald's manager wherever you're at for the Wi-Fi? Shamar, you're you're cutting out a little bit. Go punch him.
First of all, McDonald's manager is a nice guy. It's rude.
Yeah, I don't know about the vibe. Yeah, you do sound like you're in a bottle of sorts. Jen, did you? Yeah, Jen, can you see the YouTube chat where somebody said I had RTP stands for real tiny penis? The kids, how do you misspell penis? Were you? I think they were unsure on if penis had an I or a U at the end, like, and so they just put them both there. Penis. Yeah, I liked that one.
I'm having a hard time managing all of the streams that you have going on right now because that's So no, I didn't see that one.
Okay, sorry.
But anyway, I will continue to eat my Big Mac, and I will get the hell out of here.
Now that you assaulted the manager, it's way better.
I gotta leave, but I'm eating my.
Get out of here! It sounds like shit. I'm not doing this shit anymore. I love you, Jamar. You gotta go.
Can you turn up the volume on the stream?
I just did. I saw that comment too. Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Brother Bob.
Hi guys.
What's up, Brother Bob?
How you guys doing?
Good, really good. Thank you for asking. It's great.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
I just got off work.
Oh, congratulations!
It's a better day now.
Of the crypt keeper behind you, he's scraping me out.
Oh, you want to get
Say that again?
She was talking.
Sorry, on this. Yeah, he's got. I don't know.
It was just Jen's OCD kicked in real quick. It's fine. We took care of it. We took care of it.
Okay. I'm good though?
Yeah, you're good.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, I got nothing really to talk about. I just wanted to come up here and shoot the shit with you guys.
I appreciate it.
So what's going on? What are you guys doing?
I hate you so much.
Anything going on this weekend or what?
Don't fucking do it. Don't fucking small talk. I will lose it. I will lose it.
Well, all right. So I went to the Chicago protest yesterday, and my dad was out in Phoenix, and it was a good day. It was a day of love. It was a day of unity.
That's right.
I got nothing
the
really.
Declaration of Independence. Is that what that was?
Yeah, the Declaration of that's right. Yeah, unity and love. That's all what the Declaration means, right?
That's right.
Fucking small hands. All right. Anyways, I just what I wanted to come up here and say was I just wanted to say that everybody loves Jen. Jen's the best. And, all right, I'll go.
Thanks, brother
Love you
Bob.
guys.
Good talking to you, man.
Bye.
See ya.
One thing that sucks with Discord is if like you move off your screen on your phone, you have to like click things weird to be able to like do anything. So when I wanted to kick people out, I have to like click all kinds of times, and I wasn't able to kick him faster.
Oh,
so.
sorry about that, Jen. I'm very
I hated
sorry.
it.
All right, who's
I love you,
next?
Sebastian.
Who's next?
I love you. Stop asking.
Sorry. Hey.
Say such.
Thank you.
Always.
He's not actually here. That's the recording I did
knew
back
it.
in. Yeah, that's the recording I did back in November. Yeah.
Well, I suck way more than I did in November, so we might want to update
That is very true.
Yeah, thank
And
you.
I will.
Friendly Fridays turned into some kind of OF.
Come
know?
on, Jen. Jen. It's not appropriate.
I'm never appropriate.
This is a
like
family
that.
show.
You act like that's surprising.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I mean, it's my family show, but my family's a little off. So anyway, you suck. We love you anyway.
Love you.
That's all.
Okay, get out of here.
Love
Bye.
you. Bye.
Bye. Positive impact.
Hey.
Hey, how's it going?
Really good. Thank you for asking. It's going terrific.
Horrific.
Yeah.
I feel so disconnected because I started a new job and I really can't listen very much anymore. So it's good that I'm working, but it's sad because I miss you guys.
I knew I felt a distance between us. That's what it was.
Yeah, it's like I hop on for a little bit here and there, but I just like, and then I watch the replay, but it's just not nearly as much fun. I can't. I mean, I get all the value, but I don't get to like be in the chat and yeah. So, but
well, get time for a new job, I guess. Just switch it up.
Switch it up, yeah.
Yeah.
But I am coming to Phoenix next week. So not that I'm expecting to connect, but I will be in the same state as you in the same.
What are you doing in Phoenix?
Same locale. So I'm an executive coach, and 3 of my clients are going to be there at an Airbnb house, and so we're going to be hanging out at the pool, and I'm going to be kind of working with them on some career stuff, and yeah, so it's going to be great.
Sounds tough. I don't know how you're going to get through that. It's going to be
I know it's going to be really hard.
So I think
it's
probably
really
90s next. I don't know. I haven't been outside in the last 3 days.
Well, there's one day, Friday is going to be 94, but the others are like, high 70s, low 80s.
Oh, we're getting.
So.
Oh, it's cooling down next week. That's great.
Yeah, it's going to be perfect. It's going to be great.
Oh, well, enjoy.
So,
good to have you here. Are you in Phoenix? Like actually Phoenix or?
Oh boy, the house is called the Luna House. And I'm terrible at directions, but it's not in Phoenix proper. We're kind of out in a wooded area, out away from town.
I just found it. Okay, I just found it. It's in Scottsdale.
Scottsdale, okay.
Yeah, not far from where I am. That's closer than Phoenix to me.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
All right. Maybe I'll run into you at a store or something.
Maybe we'll see what happens.
All right.
All right.
Well, I love what you guys do, and Jen, you're fabulous, and you do your job so well, and all right, love you.
Bye.
Beer.
What's up, Beer?
Oh, hi.
Beerarchy. I like that name. I like that.
I sent a Venmo to Jen with a joke that she can use. I don't know, or I sent it to somebody who's personating it. So,
Did you send it to me,
just so
Jen?
you know.
If it was on Venmo, I think I have everything uploaded.
Oh, is it because of my fear of birds? I got a new gun. My wife says I'm getting carried away, but with me new gun, not today. Is that the one?
Yep.
I like that. Thank you. What are we
No,
looking?
I just
What are
wanted
we
to show
looking
you
at
that
here?
we're baling cardboard today. We're recycling. So
Oh, cool.
that's what we're doing today.
I'll show everybody there. That's what we're
That's the
looking at there.
conveyor. That's what it goes up.
God damn.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for
I don't know anything
recycling.
else to say. I'm excited for the recap on all the drama on TikTok. I
Yeah, me
listen
too.
all day long. So
Yeah, me too. I'm really excited about it.
anyway, that's it. I'll let you guys go. Have a great weekend.
Thanks, man. Talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye.
John,
What's up, Johnny?
now you muted yourself. Unmute yourself.
Oh, jeez.
Okay, wait. All
I
right.
You unmuted me before. You were faster than me.
I didn't unmute
Yeah.
you.
So
You did that all on your own.
I think it automatically unmuted, and I was like, oh, I got to unmute. Anyway. Yeah, I don't know. Just calling to say hi. I don't usually join. I'm usually at work and all that stuff. And yeah, just give a call.
It's good to hear your voice.
I know. I complain all the time in the fucking chat.
Yeah, no.
You didn't read my note. You didn't read my note.
That's right. I think I read
did
them all
miss it.
today. I think I got them. Did I get them all today?
I think so. It's pretty close. You did miss my one yesterday morning.
Fuck, my bad.
I told you when he messed that up, you don't see it.
Yep. And then I said, you missed my first one. And then I said, this is my third one. And you laughed like I was joking, but I was actually kind of mad. I was like, it's my third one. And it's like, I didn't even acknowledge it. What the fuck?
That's on me.
Anyway, it's not that big a deal.
I'm an idiot. That's on me.
Well, maybe I haven't said this recently, but Jay has the attention span of a goldfish. So
I've noticed. It's okay, though.
I've used up all my attention for the year in the last 3 days. I just want to be clear on that. That's why I'm so tired, because I've had to pay attention, and that sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, without getting too much into all that, because I'm an observer, I'm really glad to see that people are getting the courage to speak up.
Me too.
And there was a couple things that were mentioned this morning. I forget who said it, but it was in the call. It was the TikTok you're on this morning.
Mm-hmm.
And they mentioned, Don Trell actually even said to him, he's like, take the blame for it too. But that's not where I'm pointing at. It was one of the women who was mentioning it, and she said, pick up sooner.
Oh, Johnny, we lost you.
Up to one person.
We lost
you.
Oh, shit. Yeah, I know. Right when you got to it, we
do you
lost
also need to go kick the McDonald's manager?
How about now?
I think that's better.
Yep.
Okay. I was hiding in my car because I work at a Maga place. Yeah. I literally I've eaten lunch inside once. I've worked here 3 years.
That's crazy.
I've eaten lunch inside once. It is crazy. But anyway, yeah. We'll go off to the funny. So I'm going to tell a joke though, because you screwed it up the one time I did. No, actually it's not. This is actually serious. So there is some stuff going on with the universities, right? They're doing all these different researches, right? They're trying to figure out all these different things, environmental damage that's going on, bioengineering, they're kind of working on, how are we going to work on making the earth a little bit better? So there was like 75 or 80 universities around the world. They did this whole thing. It was like in the mid-'80s or something when all the frogs were disappearing. Like, what's going on with the frogs? The frogs eat the flies and the bugs and all, the whole ecosystem, right? So try to figure out what's going on with it. So they did this huge study, 75, 80 throughout the world. They all came together. It was like a 10-year study, closed up in the mid-'90s. They discovered that all frog ponds in the world have the same depth. They're all the same depth when they're successful. Do you want to take a guess at what that depth is?
I don't.
Jen?
No, I don't.
Well, they found out that every single frog pond is indeed knee deep, knee deep, knee deep.
Stupid. He's got to go. You got to go, Johnny. You got to go after that.
I knew that I would get booted, but
I'm the only one who can have the shitty jokes. You're trying to steal my shtick.
Bousy, what's up?
Howdy.
Hey.
Figured I'd give you a wake-up boost with my scary face.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Scares the shit out of me every time. Thank you.
Yeah, give you a little boost after the week you've had.
Yeah, thanks.
So I'll be quick. No, you got a lot going on. Just have a question.
Yeah.
I am making a movie this weekend.
Oh, no shit.
And yeah, well, it's a short film.
Okay.
Part of it's called the 48 Hour Film Festival. Don't know if it'll actually happen. Don't know if we'll use it. But would you be okay if someone said shushies?
Oh yeah, yeah, that's fine.
All right, that was it.
All right, cool. Yeah, go right ahead. Everything's free game here. We're open source.
All right, I figured, but it feels better to ask.
Thank you. I appreciate it. For the future, always open source. I don't give a shit.
All right then.
All right.
All right, appreciate it.
Yeah,
have a good weekend.
You too. Thanks. Is that it, Jen?
That's everybody that's in here now, but you did start Friendly Friday almost an hour early. So do you want to, if anyone else is here that wants to join Friendly Friday, join the VC. It's because I think Jay wants to take some type of rest before gets back into the research, I'm guessing.
Yeah, I need to eat. I didn't eat yesterday. I haven't eat, my stomach, I'm a little worried people are going to hear my stomach. It's growling like crazy. I just forgot to eat yesterday.
All right. Did we get all of the donations that
Oh yeah, let me read those real quick, and then we'll just get out of here. Becky said, "Payday for me is payday for you. Love you and all you do." Thank you, Becky. I read that one. Nothing there. Did you send me some that I haven't read, Jen, by chance?
Yeah, I think so. I think we've got
There we go. Brother Bob said, "Sorry you couldn't kick me soon enough. Have a great weekend." Rebecca said, "Keep the lights on and Jen won't quit." Also, fuck Tex forever. I read the joke from Cody. Yeah, I think I got them all.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, hold on. Let me check. Make sure there's not anything on the YouTubes. Are you planning on being on the live later or just being around?
I don't know. I just got a text. Let me see.
Well, there is a live that's supposed to be at, I think, is it 4 Central? Hold on, let me go back and look at that one. From the Proletariat.
Yeah.
So it looks like 4 Central, 5 Eastern, 2 Pacific. On the for the Proletariat on TikTok is supposed to be alive. Looks like.
Yeah, I don't know yet. I'll probably go over there. I may just jump on the panel and just sit there quietly, just in case. I need to. I don't have any plans on really sharing anything today. I'm still trying to connect a few dots behind the scenes so that I have the whole story. We're close. It's bad. I think what all I'll say is that what people know so far is legitimately the tip of the iceberg. I don't think that going forward, Jones is going to have a platform, and I don't think he should have a platform. I think a lot of the stuff that he's done make it so that nobody should ever trust him with a single dollar ever again, and that's doesn't even touch on the harm that he's caused to a lot of women. So, we'll see.
Well, you couldn't escape. We got Haps here.
Oh, hey. Hap?
You're muted. Hap. Anna. You are muted. He's probably doing that weird thing with what he was saying. You have to like double click on things to unmute and mute. Bueller. All right. She's probably gonna come back. Yep. Round 2. You're muted.
Just so the trolls in the chat, by the way, you're welcome to come up. You're welcome to come up and explain to me why I'm stupid and grifting. I'd love to have you up here. MK Ultra Instinct, you've been in the chat for about an hour now, saying the same things over and over. You can come up here. You don't have to be scared. If I'm this dumb, it should be really easy to expose me. It'd be really easy. Is it not working?
And are you trying to unmute? Because it's still showing you as muted. Well, Chris, do you want to go?
Hey, Chris. I'll go mute.
Hey.
Jay,
Hey.
What's
Sup?
up?
Oh, not much. You guys hang out here often?
Every day?
Oh. How about what's the weather like where you guys are at?
It's getting warmer. Not really a big fan of it getting too hot. It's starting to warm up.
Nice.
How's yours?
Jay,
How's the weather there where you're at?
well, it's a balmy 77 degrees here in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Interesting.
Jay, you interested in any other small talk?
No, you guys got it.
What's
He's just reading MK's comments. He's on YouTube. He's coping hard.
any fun nightlife in Phoenix this
I'm
weekend?
gonna hang up this fucking call. I swear to God, I'm gonna hang up. I'll end this live so fast. I fucking hate this so much. What do you want?
I was thinking about maybe taking a flight in, just seeing if there's anything fun happening.
Yeah, I would go to California if I were you. You're more welcome there.
Oh, that's not very nice of you. That's not very hospitable of you, there, fella.
I hate this so much. What do you want?
I know it's even awkward for me to do it, but it's worth it every minute.
Is it? All right.
No, this is a lot to take in this week, man. This has been a pretty weird week, I guess, to say the least.
Yeah.
But like, me, I'm all in it for the fucking drama and shit.
I know. That's you.
You are. You are definitely like a chick with the drama.
I am like I'm so bad. I'm just like fucking child when it comes to this shit. It just like fuels my because I know like
what are we
I don't
doing?
know.
What are we doing? I'm gonna lose it right now. What is
Dude.
going on? What is this?
Hey,
all right, Chris.
You didn't want to talk about nightlife, so I had to like bring something up.
Thank you.
Love you guys.
Love you. Bye.
I'm going back to work.
Bye bye. See ya. All right.
Do you want to talk to this MK person? Do you want me to explain how to get in, or
just come back on Monday? I'll talk to you on Monday. It's been a long week. I'm ready to be done. It's gonna be a long night. MK though, I'd love. I honestly, I appreciate the Republicans in the chat that say that this is an echo chamber. Today, you're right. It is an echo chamber. On Friday, it's Friendly Friday. Every other day, it is the opposite of an echo chamber, and you guys are welcome to come up and talk about anything. I legitimately want to have conversations. If you're new here today, I know we talk shit. I know you talk shit in the comments, and it doesn't upset me. I'm fine with it. In fact, I enjoy it. I don't really know what to do with people when they're more sincere. So I'm happy to have you guys here. I'm happy to have you back on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, any day, and Jen will help you, and we can talk about anything that you want to. I'm cool with that.
If you guys want to be proactive, how you get on is you message me on Discord. It's the same as the Venmo.
There we go.
So it's you have to DM me on Discord. You're not coming on today, MK. So if you want to come in next week, add me on Discord, Jen, JENN, dub, DBB, the number 1. So if you want to add me for next week, cool. We're not bringing you on today. So
there we go. Anyways, that's
Anima.
it for me.
Hold on, Anima, I think I figured out his mute. So
what'd you say?
Yeah, I was just pulling a J. Can we call it that? Pulling a J? And no, and not that way. Not that way. But like, can we call it that? Pulling a J?
I don't ever want to pull anything with J.
Jen doesn't pull things anymore. She's past
Discord
that.
was glitching out. I just had to refresh it.
Unless it's like your chair and you fall. I don't know.
Nobody pull a J. Okay.
There we go.
It's embarrassing. We know. We see it. We see it as red cheeks all the time.
Thank you.
So I just wanted to bring some positivity real quick because I've been coming in regularly and talking about the 50-51 rallies that are coming up. But we just had one, the May Day rally yesterday.
Okay.
I was out in the capital of Oregon, Salem. it brought me to tears. I got to be frank. I was brought to tears while I was walking in the midst of this march. We marched around the Capitol building with the DCUN, DCUN organization that does an annual May Day march, and just we were at least 3 blocks worth, and for Salem,
Oh
Oregon.
shit! Yeah,
I mean,
that's big.
and they had some indigenous people at the front of the march with headdresses and full garb, doing drumming with and I was actually behind them for a while, and they had lit some form of spiritual
Like
based
sage or something.
yeah, and it
Yeah.
didn't smell like sage. I honestly I don't think it
I know all about that.
I don't think it was I don't think it was like hallucinogenic or anything, but like I was like kind of I had to move back in the crowd because I had been up front for half the march, and it was getting to me. But at any rate, that was amazing, and I just have to say that getting out there makes you feel better with
Yeah.
all this terrible stuff that's happening. Get out there if you can, and I know there are people that can't. I'm not suggesting that everyone can, and especially like on a Thursday event. This one was on a Thursday. I just happen to have my day off on Thursday as well. So, but yeah, it is amazing to be out there and do that. And then something that I actually got on Coin6, but I said probably 4 things that I feel were tangible enough that they could have broadcast these intelligent things I said, and then what they posted was. We're here against Trump and against Musk. That's all they posted.
And then they got, yeah.
It got on the 5 o'clock news.
It's tough.
And then something. The reason I actually asked them. I said, "Hey, do you want somebody that knows what's going on here and social media?" They said yes. And the main reason that I actually asked was because I wanted to talk about how part of the reason we're here. And I know, Jen, I'll be off in a minute. Part of the reason we're here politically is because of the Heritage Foundation.
Yeah.
And some people are very surprised when they see that there's like 200 plus. I haven't checked the number recently, but there's like 200 plus organizations that all have their own specific goals, but then they all united under the Heritage Foundation, and then the funding all like it's like an MLM basically. Yeah. And we need to do that on the left. So 5051 is the and you can it's spelled out 5050.1. Takes you to their website. I actually read it off on my live the other day because I was like, oh, here's some organization logos that there, as opposed to just like this event is also with these 2 other organizations. There was like 30 of them, and I read them all off, and then I scrolled down a little, and there are like 200 other organizations that are affiliated, and we need more of that, and I'm just glad that 5051 is getting all the attention they are. So thanks for broadcasting about that. And then finally, one more thing. Sorry, Jen. I referenced it a couple of 2 or 3 Friendly Fridays ago. I had posted in your news section on the Discord about the connections that have been found between Bukele and MS-13.
Uh-huh.
I had said it was kind of similar to what's going on, what happened with the Israeli government and Hamas as far as their origins. And I was wondering if you had gotten to look at that. And
I didn't. Will you DM it to me?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. On Discord or
yeah, on Discord.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So Jen, you'll take care of that. Thanks very much.
I don't actually. That's one thing I don't have visibility to is his Discord DMs. So
that's correct.
If he doesn't reply to you there, it's all him.
Yeah.
So he's trying to be controlling, Jay. That's terrible. All right. So yeah, I'll DM you there and hit you both.
All right. Thank you so much. See ya.
All right. Meeting.
Oh, we're still going. All right. This last one. Then I gotta go.
All right. Last one.
I'll be quick. I was driving and needed to pay attention. Jay, I said this in the Discord while you're on live this morning. Thank you for consistently being the same person day in and day out. I've been watching you for a couple years now, and the former cult member, conservative, willing to debate, now talking about the news and sharing your commentary on it. The person you share with us online 5 days a week has been the same person, and I appreciate the consistency and honesty of being able to do that.
Thank you.
And using your platform now to shine the light on people who, for whatever reason, aren't.
Yeah. Thank you. I hate this part of it. I don't enjoy this part of it at all. I love doing the news every day. If we're being honest, this sucks. It's not my cup of tea. I don't
Yeah.
enjoy doing like call outs or bringing people down. So I appreciate you saying that, and I look forward to not doing this anymore and just back to doing the news and the debates. But I do appreciate you saying that. I do try and be as authentic as I can with my views, and I'll just add the warning that to everyone else, like, you should never trust the person that the person that you see is 100% the person that they are. Even sometimes if they are authentic, we need to make sure that we keep that distance, that parasocial relationship. You protect yourselves against that, because people can take advantage of you if you start thinking that everything you're seeing is that person. So just want to throw that out there. But I appreciate it. I do try.
See,
Yeah,
how I do
we
things
noted.
and not being close with anybody. That's how.
Shut up,
I-
Jen. Jen just hates everybody. She's like, I don't want the Paris. She just hates everybody. She's lying. I appreciate
Well, thank you all
saying
for all
that.
you do.
Thank you.
I'm out.
All right, Jen. Any last words?
There's a couple other messages that came through.
Okay. You do your last words. I'll read those when you're done.
Yeah, no, just if you guys haven't already subscribed to us, please do so. Turn on your notifications. We have 4 different memberships if you want on YouTube. You're going to use your Amazon Prime sub to subscribe and use basis money, and also check out us on other platforms. So hold on, I want one more joke. Want a joke?
Yeah, give me one more.
All right. So this one's been I've had this one for a while, and it's probably a good Friendly Friday one. A ladder, a phone, a chair, and a dildo are playing poker.
Okay.
Ladder says, I raise. Hearing the phone, hearing that, the phone says, I call. Hearing that, the chair says, I fold. Lastly, hearing that, the dildo says, I'm all in.
Stupid. Jamar says everybody. This is timely. Jamar wants everybody to remember to masturbate. Everybody remember to masturbate. That's important. Frankie said, get some rest, brother. We'll see you Monday. Can't wait. All right, guys, I'll be back with the news every Monday through Friday, 9:30 a.m. to 1 Pacific Standard Time here on YouTube or Twitch, or maybe you caught us on Twitter today. Maybe you caught us on Facebook. As Jen said, you can follow us on the other socials. We do have merch, and we also have paid subscriptions. So if you can help us that way, that is greatly appreciated. Thank you guys for being patient for such a weird week, and I look forward to things getting back to normal, hopefully next week. Stay cute and cool, and have a great summer.